Not worth anyone's
Just
time.
get ready for next week, folks, when Dylan has the reins.
Oh, we'll get into that later. We gotta.
Okay, so that's let's see. Yeah, let's hang tight on that.
I sleep with a heating blanket every night, and I fucking love it.
My dick is unsucked currently because of this, and I'm going to kill everyone.
Another great week, and the biggest thing of all, Dylan gets to pick the next one because he showed up 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah,
Fuck.
you
guys
next
are-
week. He can say
Who knows what we're
Yeah,
gonna talk about
yeah.
next week? He gets to
We
pick.
have to go along with it.
Yes, you do. Hang tight.
Dylan, say goodbye to the
And then
folks.
after that, 6 weeks of no Dylan.
It's
That's
Groundhog
right,
Dylan.
guys. Take it in while you can.
Someday you may find yourself behind the wheel of a large automobile.
I thought you were
Same
going
as
to
it ever
quote
was.
Sugar
Same as it
Ray.
ever was.
You start the episode out someday. I think you're going into the Ray. You're going into the Talking Heads.
Oh,
Welcome
yeah.
to the Dylan and Joe Basement Podcast. We're back again today with Dylan and Dom, and of course Joe, your lovely host for another week of
Hey everyone,
Podcast
Dylan
Madness.
here from the podcast.
Dom, pipe up, please.
I'm Dom from the podcast.
We're off from the podcast, and our avid listeners will be happy to hear us again. Our new listeners will be kind of confused, but the main thing is that Dylan has clocked in 3 weeks in a row. That's episode.
Fourth. This is the
after
fourth.
episode. I know. This is the 4th week now that he's on the pod in a row. We haven't done a toilet wine in a month.
Wait, so
I
this
don't know
one
what
doesn't
the-
count?
Huh?
This is number 4.
You haven't finished it yet, big dog, but I think you're going to do it.
Okay, that's a good point. That's a good
You
point.
could leave at any moment, but I have full confidence you
Good
won't.
point.
The main point I'm trying to make is that we already made a deal with Dylan here, which is that the 4th weekend, after 3 weeks of doing it, he gets to pick the topic, and we cannot question him. That being said, he did bring up the topic.
Still got
to me.
questioned. Yeah.
He gets, of course, you get questioned. Of
Still
course
got a
you
little shit. It's all right.
Just we can't deny the request, and he brought it up. I did talk to him about it. Dominic has no idea what we're talking about today. I have an
No,
idea.
I didn't even when he gave the original idea. I didn't even say anything to that. I was like, I'm not going to touch this. I'm just
I
going to
have
see
an
what
idea.
Joe didn't even understand.
Because he explained it to me yesterday. But that being said, it's completely his podcast this week, folks. So I'm going to hand the reins over to him and have a blast with us today. We're going to have a lot of good
And God
fun
have mercy on your soul.
time.
I'm
Off we go.
kidding. This is going to be a great episode. I'm
No,
excited.
yeah, no. Speaking of God, it feels really, really good to be consecutive in the podcast because
Yeah, you must feel weird,
every
huh?
week that I bail, Joe and Dom make me do like 4 Hail Marys, 5 Our Fathers.
Yeah, and Glory be.
That type of and a Glory Be, depending
We
on
pull
how
the
severe it
Glory
is.
bees.
And then,
Those don't come out often, but when you're confessing, they pull the Glory bees out.
One time he missed a month straight, full rosary.
Oh, that
yeah,
was a rough
but
one.
the one thing that doesn't ever change is that they make me record myself
How else are we going to prove that you
watching
did it?
watching 2 Girls 1 Cup
Yeah.
every time.
Yes.
And as some people know, that's
I'm
on the
s-
Patreon.
But
And it is
again,
yeah, you
available
can.
to
three
If
watch.
you
times I've-
subscribe,
I
you can
can't-
watch the videos that he sends
I
us.
can't watch 2 Girls 1 Cup again. I've seen it so many times.
And for anyone subscribing, don't worry. It doesn't show the video. It shows his reaction to it, and that's
His reaction, yeah.
Yeah.
And no one's ever done that before. We
yeah,
invented
but
that
I
idea.
have to
I think
watch
Kermit the
it. It's
Frog
crazy.
was the first one to do that.
He did a good one. That was funny.
Him reacting to
That was
that's a
very funny
legendary
when he
video.
pulls out the
Wait,
cucumber.
Dylan, you've seen that more than once?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, God, no. I saw it that one time, and it's like I just watched it yesterday.
Wait a minute, Don. What
No,
about the
'cause I
times
saw
you
it-
have
I
to show
saw
your
it-
friends?
That's
I've
it.
seen
Yeah,
it like
no,
4
that's-
times
yeah.
because I saw it one time
No.
and I felt insulted, and then I kept
And you
showing
have
it
to
other
show all your friends.
people. Yeah, so
That's
you have to
what
watch
do.
it again. Yeah, it's only fair.
All right, well, Joe, next time you're over,
It's like
I'll put it on my 65-inch screen TV.
I'm not watching it now. But it's
With
like when you
surround
become a cop
sound,
and you
full
have to get
volume.
tased to know how the taser feels. You have to watch
When
2
was-
Girls 1 Cup because it's like it's not fair if only they watch it.
When
you know?
was 2 Girls 1 Cup invented? Like 2004?
I would say 2000. No, we were in high school. 2006, maybe
No.
2007.
Well,
when
I
it
think,
became
I'm pretty
popular.
sure I'm pretty sure the video's older than when it got popular.
Yeah,
to
but when it
watch.
got popular, I would say 2006.
like Mr.
7.
Hands as well. Like
Yeah, that's all around the
They're
same
all a
time.
little
But I
bit
remember
older.
being in the Hudson Catholic Cafe Gymatorium hearing about it before I saw it. So that's got to be
Jimatorio.
2006, 7 area, somewhere like that. Which I would be horrified
sense.
to know that my little 14-year-old son is watching Two Girls One Cup, but that's just part of growing up in America. You can't stop it.
Yeah, it's a you're not a true American.
Kids are watching much worse shit now. I'm sure of it. They just do it on their phones.
Oh yeah.
We had to have
just
the
the
decency
fir-
of logging
the first
into our
video-
parents'
the-
computers and watching it.
The first video I saw today was two Russians dragging with a chain 2 anti-tank landmines, and then it blows up, and they're.
Oh, you're talking about two
and
Russians, two
everyone's
anti-tank landmines?
one.
I'm pretty sure
I've
one
seen that one.
anti-tank landmine.
That's hard to watch. I agree with you. It's hard to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just
It's a
how
lot.
I
It's a lot
woke.
faster though.
That's how I just woke up today. I was like, ah, fuck.
Yeah,
Your internet
algo is
recommendations
fucked.
your algo is way different than mine.
No, yeah, it's that. My favorite one though of that series of war is I think I mentioned in the podcast before.
We don't speak anymore.
War the
It's
series.
so fucking funny. It's not funny. Everyone's dead, but the
It's funny if you're not
Russians,
involved. It's like
the
just
Russians
pretend you're a
put-
politician. It's hilarious.
Yeah, exactly. Just pretend that it's just a video game. I don't even notice anymore. The
Yeah.
Russians put like a body kit on a tank, but the body kit was just a real barn. And
A barn?
a barn, a big red barn.
They'll
And you just
never
see the
know
tank-
as long as you're not driving
just
too
see it.
fast.
No,
that
it's just
barn
going
is on-
down like the middle of a field, like kind of the distance, and the guy's
Barn
like, "This is
dozer.
best." They're not. I don't know what they're saying, but they're probably like, "This is gonna work. This is how we get across."
It's like
this
Solid
stretch
Snake
of the
with a
road
cardboard box.
without
They
without
have a
getting
full
blown up.
barn.
They're like, they'll never like blow up this barn because they think it's a
Yeah.
barn and
There
it's
could be-
going
there
30
could be-
miles an
There's
hour
video
down the
cows
road.
inside.
Shit moves. Barns move
Yeah,
all the time.
Barns move, yeah. Barns will move. It's like
Yeah,
clouds.
and
If
then
you look
it's-
at them, they're not
then
they're
it's-
moving, but they're moving.
And then it's just whoop bang blows this fucking thing to
Oh my
fucking
God.
a million pieces. And I can just picture the guys whose idea it was is like,
No, maybe
that was
not.
gonna work. I thought that one was gonna. I
It's the
thought
one
that was
Amish
gonna
guy,
do
and then
it.
one single tear runs down his cheek. Like,
Exactly.
He just goes, I knew I should have never gotten in a tank.
that's barn abuse.
Yeah, we got guys. We gotta think of a different way to hide the tanks now because the moving barn
Yeah.
they didn't fall. They
Have
did
we
not
tried
fall
try
for
a
it.
hay bale?
Yeah. We need to do different options. Yeah.
Next time it just is a giant wooden horse.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just make it
Okay,
Trojan.
that one's fine. We'll let that one in.
Lightning never strikes twice in the same spot. They'll never believe it's a real Trojan horse.
Just that one stretch of road, one guy just keep testing new inventions to camouflage his tanks. Like,
They
dude,
literally are
this guy's
rolling
not
over the
fucking-
scrap of the old tank with the new tank.
with
It's
the
not
big giant
work.
horse. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Eventually, it's just covered in other dead soldiers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, man.
It's funny. So all right. So yeah, give you guys a little secret on how today is going to go.
Let's hear it.
You're going to be introduced to how I get all of my information for the podcast. I know magicians don't typically like.
Are
to
you
show
all
how they do
listening?
their
This is very-
tricks.
I know. Hold on, Dylan. I'm
Not
on
you,
Wikipedia
the
a lot,
listeners.
too.
This is how Dylan gets all of his information. It's about to be very clear. Sorry, go ahead, Dylan. I just wanted to make a highlighter on that right there. Thank you.
It's not how I just get all my information for the podcast. It's how I get my news
In general.
about the world.
right.
Besides live footage of the Ukrainian war.
Yeah, that's a separate. The two main
Those are the
feeds.
two things. This feed is where I get.
Dylan has two screens on at his house all the time. One is just live Ukraine war, when the other one's the conclave going on for who's
Yeah.
going to do the next post.
And then he has Grinder
Yeah.
going
Oh,
on his
yeah.
phone.
And even
Exactly.
each other out.
Yeah, no, don't worry, no, we don't. The world's I mean, I was told this. I didn't confirm this. I didn't do my
okay,
research,
okay.
but I was told that this is the world's most popular news anchor.
Oh, okay.
News reporter, actually.
I'm sure we've
Yeah,
heard of
yeah.
him
So
then.
I'm surprised you guys haven't seen him, but some people.
Well, we don't even know who
actually,
he
probably
is. I mean,
everyone in
I
the
do,
world.
but Dom doesn't. He never said it.
I think everyone in the world has probably getting their news from this guy at this point because I am. So
Tom Brokaw.
yeah. So
I'm sure you sent it to me before too.
so
It's
let me
Tom.
introduce
It's a
you
TikTok of
guys-
Tom Brokaw being like, "If your hand's bigger than your face, you're gay." You hold it.
Family Guy reference. It's
What? Tom Brokaw?
it's hilarious.
Both those things are from the real world. Sorry, guys.
So, yeah. So what we're gonna do is I've got a bunch of clips from my reporter friend here, and we're going to listen and watch them, and then we're going to comment and use his information as a start to talk about the topic that he talked about,
jumping off point,
as well as talk about him as well. So I want to introduce you guys to my entire brain of information and where it comes from, Mr. Chris Franklin.
Chris. Hey, it's
Is
Chris
he related
Franklin.
to Franklin the Turtle at all?
I just sang the Franklin song.
We'll find out.
We're on the same
right
page.
now.
Coming over to my
when you guys are ready,
house.
here we go. So we're gonna play this right now. And
Can I just say, I can tell immediately from I think that's a snake. Just seeing his head in the corner, I recognize this guy now because you have sent me.
You have
before.
seen some of the footage, some of his
But
reporting.
I do not watch them.
well, buckle up, Dom,
Well,
because
today
today
you are
you have
going
to. So yeah, so let's take a look
All
at.
right, let's get ready now.
What he thinks about Nero. Okay, here we go.
Good job, Joe. You're learning, my friend.
This some bitch right here had
Oh,
several
Dylan.
wives.
Can you put the
Favorite
volume down a
one
little bit?
was named Popia
Yep.
Sabina,
Sorry.
but that wasn't enough.
How's that?
He even had
up
relations
like 10%.
with his own mama. But unfortunately, Sabina passed away during childbirth, and it was rumors also stating that he kicked her to death. He replaced her with a young slave boy by the name of Spurs. But this shit only get worse. The young boy reminded him of Sabina, so he got him castrated. In other words, he got his ding ding removed. He dressed bro in the finest women clothing. He was beautiful. He married bro in front of thousands of people.
He
Now
married.
just imagine how insulting that shit had to be. You snatch a man balls off, then force him to marry you. The Roman people were upset. They was not fucking with that shit. His name was Nero. He was the 5th and last Roman emperor during the Julio-Claudian dynasty. He became emperor at the age of 16, and he ruled from 54 AD to 68 AD. He was best known for his outrageous punishments. Bro was ruthless. He even executed some of his family members, even his fucking mama.
Fucking mama.
Yeah, he was really on some other shit. Nero even ordered for all Christians to be tortured, killed, and put in prison. And for his dinner parties, he would put humans on stakes. He would cover their body in tar and
This is
use
all
them
true.
for human torches. Now I just dropped a longer video on my YouTube channel. This shit might get you.
He does longer videos than that.
YouTube.
Oh my God.
Dude, I love how the entire time he's saying it like it's the end of a speech. And he's like, and that happened, and this happened too. And if you think nothing that, how about this? Like he's like running out of breath. Oh man.
You're gonna get real
Actually,
used to him.
Hold on. He might be on
Bro
something
even
here.
killed his
bet,
fucking
I bet
mama.
the YouTube video is a 3-hour-long podcast with 3 guys trying to tell you this information, but he promotes it with a minute
Whoa.
of sounding like he's about to
Don't
be
worry,
We'll
his
tag
YouTube
him
gets
in
about
this.
60
Hopefully
views. Me and Joe
he'll share
looked.
the- yeah, he'll share the
His
knowledge.
YouTube ain't getting the traffic. He's got
His YouTube ain't
millions
doing
of followers, and all his TikToks get like
It's
a
all
jillion
TikTok,
things.
baby.
But no,
This
I
is
don't
our
know where.
reporter. This is our
This
source
is my
of knowledge
guy,
for today.
and yeah, and right now we're talking about Chris Franklin and Nero and what their situation is.
We don't talk
So,
about Nero.
What I think is funny is he said "ding ding."
That was funny.
The ding
In other
ding was
words,
good.
You guys ding ding cut off.
I also really liked he killed his mama. No, even his mama.
Even his mama.
Talking about killing family members.
Well, in I didn't know that Nero was the last Roman emperor.
No, it's of that dynasty. He
Of that
he
dynasty.
did
Oh,
qualify
that dynasty! I was gonna say I
I'll give
got
him
real
credit because
confused.
he said last emperor, and I was like, that he was not. And then he says of the Claudian dynasty. I was like, oh, okay, he saved it. He saved it. But yeah, he was the last one where Rome was like king shit. After that, it kept going down and down and down. So he was the last one where it was like they're the best of the best they're ever gonna be, and they never gotten back that big since him. So I'm not saying it's his fault, but he did not help at all. Also, did you notice one of those pictures? It's a rendering of what they think he looks like today, based on the
Yeah.
statues and reports, and they think he was a ginge, a big ugly ginge. So even that, it makes it even worse.
I didn't think gingers were invented in Italy. I thought they came from.
They're from Holland originally.
Well,
Really?
they think most of the redheaded gene comes from Scandinavian area, but they're invented. It's they've been around for
They're around.
thousands and thousands of years. They just
How
weren't
did
as prominent
he-
as they are now.
Now, Joe, how does it feel to not be like a giant ugly Ginge, just to be like a small ugly Ginge? How does that feel?
It doesn't feel as good as being Nero. I mean, it sounds like his job was pretty great. He could do whatever the fuck he wanted all of the time, which he made very clear with all the shit that guy said. That's all historical facts. He's not making that up. That's all like
That's what I'm
conspiracy
saying.
shit. Like he was spitting facts, as the kids say.
Yeah,
it's a real piece of
absolutely.
shit.
So, all right, guys. So let's hey Dom, if you
Hold
want,
on, I have one question. Because I don't.
We have a lot of
remember. Is castrating just the balls or the whole package?
well, he wanted to make him like his old wife, so I think he.
Probably did the whole.
There's
ring and
two
ding.
ways
The
to
whole-
do it.
the whole-
Yeah. When they would castrate.
I've seen them do it in Sons of Anarchy,
Oh yeah, that's tough. That's a bad castration.
and I think they didn't touch his ding ding in that. I think that they just took
Yeah.
this like curved blade and cut his balls off, and then he bled out and died.
Yeah, when they would castrate, there's two ways to castrate. Well, there's more than two, but the two main ways were just taking your balls off.
There's more one way to castrate a pig.
Yeah, the balls one was mostly for like when people before they hit puberty, they would cut their balls off so that they wouldn't hit puberty the same way. Like they'd have not that same amount of testosterone to do that. So they used to do that to choir boys back in the day. They would call them castrada, which were little boys that had beautiful voices, and they would cut their balls off so they would never have their voice get
Yeah,
damaged.
the beautiful voices.
Smart.
Da-na-na, da-na-na-na-na. Oh, the beautiful
All right,
voices.
so.
But the other one
last
was
part of my
punishment.
game-
They would take your dick and balls, and they would keep your urethra, and they would suture it so you could still pee, but you had no dick. That's the worst kind. Because not only are you losing your balls, you're losing your dick too, which is... The fact that they could pull this off without killing people... Well, first of all, they probably killed millions trying...
They had to learn.
Because if
how
you
to
get
do
your
it.
dick
Yeah,
cut
a couple-
off
a couple
and your
people-
balls just straight off, you will bleed out.
Yeah.
Like, you need,
Pretty
you need
major
extra-
arteries going down.
Yeah,
there.
so this was not the first time they tested it. By Nero's time, they've been doing it for 1,000 years, so they know what they're doing. But
They got it
just
figured
not
out at
great.
that point. It's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was our first
The guy
opening
was
cock
cuckoo
talk we've had in a
bananas.
while, just so you guys know.
First
All
one.
right, sorry, continue.
That took a while. So now, does anybody have a pen and paper?
Dom does.
You know I do.
All right, Dom. Please write the word Nero.
That's a name.
I have another thing
Yes.
to say about Nero
All
before
right.
we move on to.
And then I would like all of us to rate his report. I'm gonna give this one an 8 because I like.
Oh, can I say one more thing
So
about
you
Nero
write-
before we leave, though?
Yep.
You know the classic gladiator thing where the emperor would put his thumb in the middle and then he'd go either
Yes.
up or down?
Yes. Yeah. I do.
So what I learned from my trip to Italy, now who's been to the museum, is that didn't actually happen in the gladiator arena because they wouldn't kill gladiators because like a pro athlete, you don't want them to die. You want them to keep making you money. So like if they die, they die, but you don't tell them we're going to kill this gladiator. If you want someone to die, you make them lose the fight. You just fix the fight. All the fights were fixed anyway. They don't give a fuck. But the thumb thing did come from actual history. It didn't come from the gladiator arena, but it came from Nero. And
he would do that.
He's the guy. So it wasn't during the gladiator matches. It was before the Colosseum was built. There's a large like
he went around to different human candles and was like,
just
"I like you better than that one." Just as
thumbs
they're
up
burning,
to the
which
human
one's
candle.
burning?
Let him
Thumbs
live.
up. You're a good candle.
Sir,
Or
he
keep him
can't
burning,
live.
or put him out. He smells.
Snuff him out. He's good. Blow him out. Make a wish. There's a valley underneath where the emperor's palace is and all that stuff, and he had the thing flooded on purpose to build a fake man-made lake so he could stage naval battles, like watching a real life video game. And they would have real ships fight each other, and they wouldn't kill each other. They would just like make it look like a real naval battle and make it look interesting. So you could like sit from your palace and sip wine and watch it. And one of the battles
Sounds
that he,
fucking fun
I mean, it'd be amazing if it didn't.
I like the idea of that a lot.
If
to
you didn't,
watch. They did it in Gladiator too. They did it.
the naval battle. Well, they did the naval battle in the arena when they built the Colosseum later on. This is before that, and he's just watching the lake, the man-made lake, and he's watching one of the naval battles, and he was so unimpressed by it. He was like, "This is lame. They're not even trying." and one of his like generals like looked over at him and he's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, that ship right there. They didn't make it believable at all. They sucked. And he took his thumb, didn't give him the thumb down. He did it like this, pulled it across his throat,
Boom.
and they killed every single man who was on that ship, acting. So it does come from a real thing, but the thumb comes from across the neck, not up and down. And he did have those men killed. And he was a real psychopath. I'm going to give it an 8 as well for reporting on that one. I think that was great. I think he was.
So we're
he
gonna
didn't know everything about it, but I mean,
all right,
as far as I know, it's all accurate.
So we're voting on the reporting.
Topic reporting, just the whole video,
I thought
whatever.
you
Yeah.
guys were rating Nero as a person. Like, you guys both.
Oh no, I'm talking about the video. I give him an 8.
Yeah.
I think he's great.
He's not a 9, but
As a person,
yeah,
I'll give him a
eight.
1, but as a
Look, I've
reporting, I'll give him an 8.
I've seen hotter, fatter gingers before. He's an 8.
So have I.
No,
I
no.
have
You're talking
OnlyFans
about Fat
subscriptions.
Bastard, aren't you?
I am. But yeah, the episode that gets an 8. That gets an 8.
I agree. Don, what do you give it?
All right.
Dom?
I'm giving him a 7 because it's better than I expected from like the first time. I remember the first time I saw like a clip, like a little bit of this guy, I was like, I'm not into it, and I didn't.
I
watch
doubt
the
they're
whole
going to
thing.
be all that solid, but we'll see.
Either they're all going to be that, and my ranking's going to get higher every time, or 7 will be the highest I give it all day. We'll see what happens.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so total a perfect episode's a 30. This one we got 8, and Dom, you did 7.
Yep.
Oh, you want
23?
to combine it too? Okay, that's fair.
Yep, and we're just going to say which is the best one.
Also, our 8th grade teacher told us that 666 is actually the Roman symbol for Nero, which became the mark of the beast later because Christian writers were like, "This guy is an awful person. He's the devil."
Because they saw Monster Energy and realized that the shape of a
line,
6 in Arabic looks like that. So through in a row, the M is actually.
It's all
666.
bullshit.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah, I guess it was like 616 or something like that. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
Kind of like how
Very-
Dragon
Mark
Ball
of the
Z actually
Beast
was
is
number
not real.
9,000. It just looked better for the dub. Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Next video. Let's take a peek at what he has to say about this.
Pika pika. Pika pika.
100 men with no weapons.
Oh,
with
this is fresh. This happened last week. 100 Men versus a gorilla. That's a fresh internet meme, dude.
Is 4 to 10 times stronger than your average human. And I'm seeing so many comments saying, all you have to do is hold him by his limbs. Bitch, please. If that motherfucker even slap you, you're dead. He gonna toss that first motherfucker just to show y'all that he ain't nothing to fuck with. And I guarantee you that all that
Photoshop.
teamwork shit is going straight out the window.
Listeners, you're missing this if you can't see it.
If
But
this motherfucker grab you by your motherfucking melon, y'all folks wildin' like hell in the comment section. Look at the size of these fucking hands.
catch these
But
gorilla
nah,
hands.
fuck that. I got a plan. We gon' change this shit to 103
Good
on
picture of a
the
gorilla.
These some bitches balls got balls.
Yeah, get him in the
Draymond
balls,
Green
yeah.
Don't have soccer practice with his shit. And 2 minutes after that, he going in that motherfucking chokehold, and he gonna put everything he got in that motherfucker. And that second man is James Powder Man Wiggins. That
Who is
some
this?
bitch got powder on powder.
Fuck is James
His
Wiggins?
stamina
Does he have
is
coke?
fucking phenomenal.
This looks like
Did
coke.
y'all fucking
Must
He's
be.
got a bunch of
how many
cocaine.
bullets Scarface took in this match? Motherfucking incredible. Gorillas ain't go fuck with a child too fast. So we gon' use him. He ain't gonna know if his ass 16 or 30.
All right. So
Wow, this isn't a news story. This is a internet meme going on. Not since the Roman Empire meme that happened a couple months ago has it got so popular as the can 100 men beat a gorilla? And that's a valid question.
Can I go first on this one?
you go first. Yeah.
I want the main thing I took out of that, which I still think the 100 men versus 1 gorilla thing is fucking stupid, but
That's what I'm talking about.
without him even mentioning it, just the picture of the gorilla hand he showed for how big it was made me think about something that I've never thought of. I've never heard anyone else mention in this scenario.
How big your hand looks when you hold your own ding ding.
How big
No.
your ding ding would look in a gorilla hand?
Dude, also, but when he said their balls have balls, that was that
That's a great line.
perfect sentence right
Their
there.
balls have balls, yeah.
But no, seeing that gorilla hand, remembering how much it's like ours. Imagine how fucking thick his fingernails are.
Oh yeah, it's like daggers.
They're not going to scratch you. They're going to dig into you when they grab you.
Oh, that's
Oh yeah, you're gonna. It's like going into a watermelon just with
the large
human
pie
hands.
server.
The inside of a watermelon, not the outside. You mean?
Yeah, you gotta cut it first.
That's bad news.
Yeah,
That's
that's
bad,
bad
news.
news. It's real
Yeah,
bad.
no,
And I'm
Gorillas
really
go
happy you
fucking
brought.
wild.
I'm really happy you picked a gorilla one because that is kind of.
That's our
fucking-
shit.
Do you think?
right
So Dom, who do you think would win?
100. I mean, sorry, one gorilla for sure. I almost said 100 gorillas.
100 gorillas.
100 gorillas is one man. Who's gonna win?
I don't think so.
An AC 130? No.
I think there's a qualifying
you
question.
fucking
in
think
here.
100 men could do this?
10 men can take down a woolly mammoth. It's happened in history, of course.
Yeah, but hold on.
weapons?
No,
They
that's the
use
thing, though, is
spears, stone
but-
spears.
in the scenario, it's just mono ape.
Yeah, just two.
You don't
so
have-
100
here's my
naked men
qualifier.
versus one naked gorilla.
Here's my qualifier:
Mm-hmm.
100 men that are of sole purpose, either they're insane or they're drugged up or whatever, crack, whatever you need to give them. 100 men physically could definitely kill a gorilla if they didn't fear death or pain. Unfortunately, when the first guy runs in there and gets his head ripped off his shoulders, 99 men are going to cry and run away. So yeah, in real life, no. In real life, it won't work. But physically, 100 men could definitely beat a gorilla. A gorilla isn't strong enough to take 100. Think about if all those men weighed 180 pounds. That is a truck's worth. You could just smother them. You could just all lay on top of them like a big pig pile. It couldn't beat you. But unfortunately, in real life, when one
You'd be
guy gets
killing
his
men at
face
that
ripped
point,
off,
too.
they're all going to get scared and run away. So yes, the gorilla would win, but I'm not saying it's physically impossible. I'm saying that it's mentally impossible. You can't.
Well, the question's not if it's possible; it's who would win.
Who would win?
Imagine
in
they're
real
in the
life
Coliseum
is
and it's a gorilla versus 100 gladiators with no
with
weapons.
no weapons. Yeah, no, the
And they
gorilla
have
would
nowhere
win.
to go. Someone's gonna die. It's either the gorilla or
The
all 100
gorilla
men.
kills all the men, and Nero
Well, I
says,
think in
"Wasn't
that
real
case,
enough."
the gorilla would lose because after killing 80 men, it would probably be so tired that the rest of the men could, kind of like kill it.
You know
slowly.
that would be the smart way to do it. is
But it'd have to be in a
waves
cage.
Of men. It's like reeling in a big fish.
Yeah, it's timing.
You gotta
it's
do
endurance.
this draw the stamina out of the
Yeah.
beast.
I mean, and to be fair,
Preferably
if
through
you
his
put like
balls.
gorillas are badass as hell, but like you put in like a lion or a tiger, they would win against 100 men. But gorillas, although they are super strong and crazy, they're not. They don't have besides like their teeth and just their strength, they don't have a lot of killing weapons that like bears and tigers have. Like they're not meant to murder large.
I
apes.
don't know about that.
Okay, what do you think?
That's my point.
It's a podcast. I
That's
mean, I'm
time for my
yeah.
review. I don't see it going any other way, but a gorilla just absolutely. You just take his arm, just smack 10 guys at once in fucking.
No, this isn't a movie.
At
You
the
can't
very
smack
least.
10 guys. You can smack 1 or 2 guys at a time. It would still be. I mean, it
I
would
can
be a
smack
close-
10 guys at once if I
No,
want
you
to.
cannot. You can't smack 2 guys at once. How big are your fucking
Yes,
arms?
I can.
No, you can't.
What? If I had 10 guys lined up with their heads and I just went.
That's not at once. That's one after the other lined up. You think 10 guys are gonna line up, wait for the gorilla to put it right here on their cheek? You're wrong.
No, they're all gonna come try to jump on him, and he's just gonna go, "Oh, bam!" Like we've seen King
No,
Kong.
dude.
Fucks
Don't
it
get
all
me
up.
wrong.
Just hit
No, but
airplanes.
King
The
Kong's
gorilla
not a
would
regular
win because
old
everyone
gorilla.
gets scared. But I was just thinking of a way in which it's just down to brass tacks. You know what I mean? But no, in real life, people have brains. They have fear responses. You're right. They would not win because they'd be too scared. They get freaked out. The pain would stop them from doing it. Yeah. But I think 100 men in a cage with a gorilla. If the cage is the size of the gladiatory arena, where you can kind of avoid it for like 5 minutes, like you could kind of wear them down. If it was life or death, again, with 100 guys, they could pull it off. Gorillas are huge and vicious, but they're not indestructible. And also,
They did let
their
Tarzan
balls
live
have
among them.
balls. Don't forget that.
And their balls have balls.
Also,
Don't forget
gorillas,
that.
you would think, I shouldn't say you, I said I would think before investigating that gorillas would have giant balls and giant ding-dings, as it were. Gorillas have the smallest ding-ding to ball ratio of any ape, and humans have the biggest. So humans, dick to balls, dicks are the biggest versus the balls, and gorillas, dicks are the smallest versus the balls, which is weird. But that's how it goes.
You know, I just thought of something
Because gorillas don't have to show
I don't know.
off.
I don't know a ton about gorillas, to be perfectly honest.
Wow.
But a lot of big.
You're
animals
acting like
can
you're
be
not part of the Dylan
intimidated.
Joe Basement podcast at this point, but I'll let it ride. Go ahead.
Well, I'm not even gonna get into it. That'll be on the Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of really big, scary animals can be intimidated away from fighting. Do you think there's a chance that 100 men charging at once, he would just be like,
Oh,
the
yeah.
gorilla would be like, maybe not.
Yeah, no, the gorilla would not. If 100 men charge the gorilla at the same time, the gorilla would not charge at them. No. They're not stupid. They know when to give up. I've seen a honey badger charge off a lion because the lion got freaked out by how ballsy it was. Like there is like that psychological warfare that can be played against the gorilla too. But if you go at one after the other, there would be no contest. Gorilla 1-on-1 versus 100 guys, it would be gorilla undefeated 100-0 easily for sure.
100-0.
That would be a no contest at all. I mean, that's interesting that you brought that up, but obviously this is a different kind of video, right? Because he's playing on what the internet is talking about right now and not about historical things. So that's interesting. It's different kind of chasing the algorithm, as it were. But that's how you make it out here. We don't do that. That's why our podcast is very popular. But
but that's why it's so good.
If you do it, it works. That was a good one, Dylan. Another good pick. So we're gonna rate this one.
I give it a 6. Yeah, I give it a 6.
I give it a 5. It's kind of, I mean, the jokes give it a 5, but harping on an internet meme and saying something about it's not that interesting to me. But I'd say I give it a 5 because the jokes were very funny.
Sorry, I did not prepare myself for this voting as much. I'm going to give that one a 6. I liked it. That one made me think a little bit more because of the pictures he chose to put in it.
There was good pictures too.
The double balls was good.
That was good.
And the double balls was
and when people were when they said like hold the gorilla's limbs down, and they showed like a vet holding the gorilla's wrist and how big that arm and hand is compared to a human hand, you really realize how much bigger those paws are than ours. It's like, fuck. Big old hands. He was right, too, when he said he slaps you, he can kill you. If a gorilla slaps you and your brain smashes around in your skull like that, that could be a good night for you. That could not be good.
I think so.
Do you want me to update the totals of every vote or wait until, like, every break?
Yeah, why don't we wait? Because that way we don't know immediately what's gonna win. Yeah.
Keep the vibe. Keep the pace here. All right.
Want to do one more before our break?
One more before the break. Yep.
Let's do it.
Get that right here, and I think this one's worth our time.
I should hope so.
Absolutely.
What's our man's name again?
Chris? Riverside or?
Hell yeah.
Please keep this tab.
Chris Franklin.
Hey, Chris Franklin. How could I forget? Coming over to my house. Now I know the song we're going to do in the commercial break.
Here we go.
Oh, a movie.
2020. What's that? This movie wasn't scary at all. Now, I don't know why in the hell I listened to you sick motherfuckers. As soon as I noticed
The Woman in the
this
Yard
movie was by Blumhouse producers, I already knew what time it was.
I already knew what time it was.
Had me scared as fuck, and I slept my nightlight on after watching this shit. Right, bitch, I'm 35 years old, and I don't give a fuck. Because these motherfucking jump scares are motherfucking horrific. My nerves were so fucked up, I started to kick the seats in front of me. The movie was so damn good, we damn near fought in that motherfucker. I don't give a fuck if it's morning or night. I bet never step outside and see no shit like this. I promise you, this bitch catches shower rods and microwaves to the head. Shit really got wicked once that motherfucking sun went down. I could have sworn I seen 607 unk in that motherfucker.
That was his full face? That's amazing. I didn't know we were going to see the full face at the end there.
That's him. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I get why he does just the top too.
I did not expect him to be 35 years old. To be
This
honest.
is even more, I thought he'd be like
He's
25.
35 and he doesn't give a shit.
Wow.
That's,
I also didn't think that he'd be doing a movie review. I thought from what we were looking at, I thought it was mostly like, but yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, and his
Lady in the
review
Yard.
was that it's the biggest lie of 2025. I think that. Do you know a bigger lie?
He said the biggest lie is that it's not scary.
Yes. Is there?
I've never heard of this movie. First,
I've heard our president give bigger lies than that this week. Never mind the year. But all right. Yeah, I'm not going to see the movie. It looks kind of lame. I don't think I'd be that scared of it.
I don't know. He made me want to watch the movie. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, now I kind of want to see it. And
But maybe it's because I've never heard of it, so I've known nothing. All I know about this movie is what he talked about.
Yeah, it's a black family and it owns like a farmhouse, and then there's a woman with like a big veil who sits in their yard, and she's like a ghost or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw. I just saw that.
Yeah. So that's that's all I know about it, and I'm sure it's good.
if you said it's scary, I bet it is.
Well, he said he was scared than a motherfucker, and the movie was so good they almost folded the chairs in front of him because he was kicking.
Dude,
his
when it cut to a movie theater background and it was still just his face, basically sitting in the seat, I was like, oh, that's
good shot.
That's good. That's good. Is what
But
that
he's
is right
really
there.
playing
Also-
into African American stereotypes, saying that at the movie theater he was kicking the seats in front of him. Like, dude, chill the fuck out. Don't play into the stereotypes.
And also, that movie theater looked pretty fucking scary. Black
Yeah.
seats.
I look like Regal Cinema 13 from 2007. Or...
Yeah. No. Those didn't. No, they didn't get the fake leather till like 10 years ago.
Oh, those were fake leather. It looked like the plastic ones in front of him.
Well, it was just because it was the seat was folded up.
Oh,
and the
right.
bottom was plastic.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You know, we're not talking about the red, almost
I like
woven
the
Yeah, the red
fabric
couches.
seats
Those things
that
are
you
fucking
sit on.
sick.
Yeah.
Those things are
Nice.
sick. Whenever they start doing that. If you're gonna charge me $20 for a popcorn, at least make the seats nice, and I appreciate that about you.
At least sell me beer.
Yeah.
That's very important, for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad that after I turned 21, theaters started to decide to sell beer at every movie theater, not just the Strand and Clinton.
That being said, whenever I go to the movies, which is not very often, I still bring 2 nips of Johnny Walker Red and I buy a 20-ounce ginger ale and I just make my own drink.
Why fuck with tradition? I suppose.
So yeah, I got. I'm gonna see the movie.
Okay.
And
Well, that's not how it
I really appreciate that he said that she should get a shower curtain rod. and
Yeah, or a microwave to the head. That was a good line. I like that.
That was good.
catch
I've never
a
seen that
microwave.
done. Catch a microwave to the head or a shower curtain rod.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I can think of a better thing to do to that lady, like maybe shoot her, but
Well, not everyone has
That's
that
been
fun.
done before.
Yeah.
good point. So microwave is good. Microwave's real good, I guess. I can hear that.
Yeah, that's gotta hurt.
I
I give this one a
Give this
5
5.
also. Yeah, he's doing a movie review. It's like whatever, but he made it funny.
I'm giving it a 5 as well.
The guy's nothing if not entertaining. I'll give him that for sure.
It did make me want to watch the movie, but I did like it a lot better when he was talking about history stuff.
Oh, Joe, buckle up. We got plenty more in store after the break.
That's a great way to take us to our first commercial break. We'll see you on the other side, young motherfucker.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. But while I have you, I want to tell you about making pirate clothes. Have I ever done this ever in my entire life? Absolutely not. Well, sort of true, but not in this way. I watched one video today on how to do this, and therefore I'm an expert. Now I'm teaching you. First thing you want to do is buy some clothes that you don't care about and cut them into looking good. Then, to make them look old, you either buy worse stuff from Savers, or you do tea staining, where you take a bunch of black tea and you cut these old bags open, shabba-dabba-dee, pour it in the cup, and then once your pot of water is boiling, you just toss all that shit right in there. That's what I'm talking about. And don't forget, people, to stir it up. You want to stir it up. You don't want anything sticking to the side of your pot, making it harder to cook. And then what you're going to want to do, once that's going on, oh yeah, that's good. You want to let that sit, or steep, as I should say, about 15-20 minutes. And once that's done, we'll be right back. I'll show you what happens.
And we're back. The Dylan Joe Basement Podcast. Very, very special episode because our own Dylan Reed, he's not, drinking his way through Worcester. He's not off to buy the Jeepers Creepers van. He's here with an idea of his own. He's running it. Joe and I told him if he comes 4 weeks in a row, good on you. But also if you show up 4 times in a row, we'll let you pick the 4th topic. And that's what we're doing
Our word
today.
is bond.
And we're talking about Chris Franklin, a TikTok star. Joe, every time you sing that song, I'm gonna lose,
He's a
lose
pundit.
my
He's
Gordon a
news
little bit.
pundit. He's a
We've already
personality.
talked about Emperor Nero, one man versus 100 gorillas. I did it wrong again. And
I would say he'd lose that
Yeah.
fight
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I literally wrote down one man versus 100 gorillas.
You did good. It's good.
Keep popping. So now we're gonna move on to
good
our next
stuff.
one here, and we're gonna keep cracking
Our
out these
next
Chris
one
Franklin videos.
here. Keep cracking these out. Getting our reviews in here.
Oh, the other day I was talking about work. We came up with
Mm-hmm.
the term by mistake, Cracker Tabernacle. Doesn't that sound like a great band name to you?
It does sound like a great band name.
Thank you.
Cracker Tabernacle. That's good.
Sounds
It's
phenomenal.
on the board.
I like that a lot. You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
The green anaconda is the largest snake in the fucking world. In the wild,
In the fucking word.
10 years,
Fucking world.
they can live up to 30. Also, they can grow up to 21 feet long. But in 1959, this U.S. Cardinal and 2 other crew members, they flew over the Congo rainforest, located in Central Africa. They looked down and seen a motherfucking 50-footer. Yes, a 50-foot snake. And this is the actual picture that they took. After finding this monster-ass snake, they circled back 2 more times.
Monster
These
ass.
motherfuckers went back. And that's not all. They lowered the motherfucking helicopter. That snake showed all 3 of them motherfuckers. He was
That's not the picture.
Is that from a sci-fi movie?
That was in black and white, and this was in
off the
full
ground.
color.
Now, of course, they got the hell up out of there and never came back. Now, this is the second largest rainforest in the fucking world. Only 20% of this forest has been discovered. Much of this area is dense
It's
and
been
often
explored, he
flooded.
means, not discovered.
This is the type of shit that the Congo people deal with on a daily basis. It ain't no fucking
a
money in
daily
the world
basis.
you can pay me to live in this bitch.
Just constant threat.
If
This is all I
80%
think
of
about
this
snakes.
motherfucking forest is undiscovered, I'ma fucking assume Godzilla living in that bitch. Hell no. The
I'm gonna assume Godzilla living in that bitch. Wow, that's all
In the
assumptions
fucking
you're
world.
making there.
In the whole fucking world.
Damn.
This
See,
is-
now I was under the impression that
a daily
anacondas are native to South America. I might be wrong about
Yeah,
that.
I didn't think that they were.
I don't
a
think
Congo
anacondas
thing.
live in Africa at all, but it doesn't mean they're going to the big snake. A lot of snakes live in Africa. They're just not anacondas.
Plenty of snakes, yeah.
There is a possibility. So I was reading about this. Actually,
they've been
probably
around
just watched
long
one of his
enough.
Videos,
I was remembering this. I was watching a different video.
watching a different video for him, but it's like, how does so say you've got like a little shitty pond somewhere, and there's like fish in it.
I do have a little shitty pond. It's in my basement right now.
Nice, very cool. And there's like fish in it. You're like, how do they get in here? Like, there's like there was a story about a pond like on top of a mountain, like really high up, and you're like, wow, how did it's not connected to shit? How did the fish get in there?
It
doesn't have
was,
constant
though.
water flow. So
It always was. Or people put them
what?
there. A lot of times there's secluded lakes that have fish in them that used to be part of a larger lake system, and over thousands of years the lake dried up around it, and it became in the earth changed, and it became like, well, how did they get here? It's like, well, they've been there. 10,000 years ago, it wasn't a lake by itself; it was a part of a larger water system, and now it's not. What was your answer?
yes.
Dylan, I'm gonna pull something out of your cell. I bet Dylan's about to
Go for
say
it.
that it's from birds dropping their prey.
That
Almost.
is also possible.
Almost. It's from so when birds eat fish, they digest the fish, and if the fish has eggs in it, like
Shit,
1% of those eggs can survive the bird digestive tract,
Yeah.
and then they shit out bird shit that still has some eggs that made it
Viable
through
egg.
that then
Yeah.
go into water.
That makes sense. That's how seeds work. Seeds
you're talking
only
about
exist
shitfish.
because other
Shitfish, yep.
animals shit them out. I mean, that's why seeds evolved, is to be eaten by an animal, shit out somewhere else, and then fertilizer's already there. You're good to go. But that would work for one fish, though. You'd need, a lot of fish eggs.
Well,
to...
the bird keeps shitting in that same place, and then all of a sudden
Perfect.
there's 2 fishes, and then
There
they
you
have
go.
sex, and
Different
then-
sexes, you're good to go. Yeah, that's pretty
Yep.
awesome. But a lot of small ponds that exist in America they have fish in it because people put fish in them, not because they're naturally.
Speaking of fish and 2 sexes and it'll all work out, I did watch a video recently from not Chris Franklin about how the reproductive system of clownfish work.
I saw that too.
And
Very
to
weird.
put it short, in Finding Nemo, because the wife got killed and there was only one baby left, the father, Marlin, would have changed gender into a woman so that
Changed
Nemo
sex.
could breed him. Sorry, change sex.
I don't know how his
into a
gender
woman.
identity.
It's not important right now.
no.
And then Nemo would reproduce with him to keep the clan alive.
Wait, so
Yeah, so they would-
Finn
so
and
for
Nemo were
clownfish-
having sex?
What?
They would have.
Finn and Nemo had to have sex?
Nemo would have fucked
No,
a woman
Nemo
marlin.
and his father Marlin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Marlin would
Finn,
have
Marlin.
turned into a woman fish in order to keep the clan going, which that's crazy. But I know frogs do that too.
Yeah.
They change sexes according to like what's going on in their environment. Imagine if we did
So
that.
like the way like if you have like a group of male clownfish, one of them becomes dominant, and then another one who's like the least dominant will turn into a woman, a female fish,
Yeah.
and so now it can reproduce
Keep
and
propagating
make
the
babies.
species. Yeah.
And yeah, so
Wow.
But
whatever
Nice.
the oldest, whatever the oldest male is turns into the female, so the younger males can reproduce.
so you spend your whole life getting fish pussy, and then when you get older, you become what you've been seeking the whole
When you
time.
get older, Nero castrates you. And
That
you
would
become
be
the-
phenomenal if that happened in human culture. I mean, just imagine the guy who has the most sex, and he could turn 75, and then he just becomes an old lady, and everyone just starts fucking him. Be like, "How's it feel, motherfucker?
Yeah,
You've been laying a lot of pipe your whole life. Now it's time to pay the
Doesn't Bob
piper."
Dylan have a song like that? How does it feel?
You sound a lot
Yeah.
like him.
To be a girl, clownfish. Yeah, that's phenomenal. But as far as the snake
In the
thing
complete
goes,
unknown.
this one is complete. This is nothing. I mean, the Nero one full of facts, the gorilla one full of jokes, and this is just. There's a one picture from a prop plane from 48 or whatever it was, 50, black and white photo from a plane, 50-foot snake. I don't disagree that they could tell how big the snake
That
is.
was a
by how-
helicopter.
yeah, so that when they go down and they can like measure it and all that stuff. But I don't know what's supposed to be that Godzilla lives in the jungle now because you can't see it. And he kept using the word
did a whole
discovered,
episode
discovered,
on this.
discovered. It's not discovered. It's already discovered. The whole Earth has been discovered. It's about exploring it, seeing what's really in there. They know the exact area of every jungle in the world. It's just they don't know what's going on in there because they can't get down and really see what's in there.
Yeah, but the people of the Congo face this every day.
They face it every day. It's 50
They do face it every single day.
Every day.
Dude,
but we
even
did
a
an episode
10-foot
on this
snake would
with
scare the shit out of
Titanoba.
me, I can't
every snake
believe you
scares
still
me.
don't know this. You know what a boa constrictor is? The name of the snake, the boa constrictor? Have you
Never heard of it.
Anyways, there's this kind of type of snake called a boa constrictor. So the thing you're thinking about is it's called Titan boa. Picture Titan, big monster, boa, the snake. And you always think it's called Titanoba, where I'm like, why would it be Oba? It's a boa. It's like
I don't
Titan
know.
chicken, and you're calling it Titanican. It's a Titan
I don't know.
chicken. It's a Titan rhinoceros.
don't-
It's a Titan
I
boa.
don't
It's called
fucking
Titan
make
boa.
the rules about how to name fucking snakes, dude. So.
Oh yeah,
you know,
well, what's
Titan
what's,
boa.
Oh yeah, what's the name of a gay dinosaur?
The girl one.
Yeah, both of them. Tell me both of them.
Well, there's Lickalotopus
Exactly.
and
Yep.
the boy one,
Yeah. Megasaurus. You taught me that.
Megasaurus. Yeah, 'cause that was the hot. That was my hot sauce.
Lickalotopus. Yeah.
Remember I had Megasaurus, the hot sauce.
Yes. Yeah. That's
Green?
why I know it.
Yes,
That's why I know it.
it's a good hot sauce. Very green.
Lickalotopus.
Very green.
Lickalotopus is a deeper joke because you have to know about the dinosaur named Diplodocus, which not most people don't know, but that is a great joke if you know Diplodocus.
I still can't name 10 dinosaurs, so yeah, it's valid.
Next episode,
Dumb names. 10
Next episode, who
dinosaurs.
can name the most dinosaurs?
name 10. Oh, no, that's not just the most. I'll smoke you guys. Let's just say just name 10 each. In
Okay.
that order.
Yeah. So I believe in this.
In what order? Can we
completely.
also
I
do
think,
genus, family, and species?
Yes.
I think that this was as factual as any of his other things. It is true that
It's not.
some army pilots were flying over and they saw a very large snake. And
I'm glad they found it. It's very cool.
Yeah, and I bet it's.
But they cut to the modern image of a helicopter holding up a big snake like that. Come on.
That was definitely from like a really
A
cheap,
movie.
like a Sharknado. Not even Sharknado has probably a better budget than that movie.
Yeah, but that style of like D.
It looks like a good movie, though.
Budget.
Like it could be from like Velocipaster.
Yeah,
something like that.
Velocipaster,
Yeah.
The Reckoning, the 50-foot snake. Godzilla and that
That's cool.
motherfucker.
I'm gonna rate this one a 7.
I'll give it a 6 because although it's really leading, it's trying to make his viewers think there's all kinds of giant mythical creatures, which I hate that. But it was entertaining, and I never knew this before, so it's also cool. And I don't like that he mentioned that the biggest snake is a anaconda, and there's anacondas in Africa. I don't know if that's true, and I don't think it is. 6.
I'm also giving it a 6. But it was pretty good, but
It's funny.
he definitely had like a little bit of information. He's like, I can make that into a full thing.
Yeah, compared to the Nero one, he was like spitting facts every 2 seconds. This one, he had one story about one snake, and he Wikipedia'd green anaconda, and then took off from there. But I still think it was better than the one about the movie. That's for sure. That's my thoughts, at least.
Excellent. Who's ready for another video?
I'm ready.
Yeah, I think I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Keep cranking them down.
We're cranking.
Crank it up, crank it in.
Let me begin.
I hate recycling elephant condoms from the zoo. Could you imagine having this job?
What the fuck, man? This is...
Used elephant condoms.
This one you have.
I hate
This one you have to watch. This is awful for our listeners. It's the classic TikTok "Oh No" song, and the TikTok voice
Oh
is
no.
just him holding. I'll try to describe it. It basically looks like a windsock, but he's claiming they're used elephant condoms.
With a clearly a handle designed for carrying them once they're
Once they're full.
heavier than they were when they were brand new.
Yeah. Please keep the videos to when he talks. That was fucking awful hearing the "Oh no" and the used elephant condom.
Will-
This is TikTok AI voice.
Will
It's fucking
do.
annoying shit.
It got a lot of views, so I figured it
Well,
was
it
worth
should.
us
And
taking a look
is
at.
there any truth to
and
that?
it's part of the process. I'm not judging. I'm not picking.
Yeah.
These are his videos.
No, I get you.
We get to rate it. We get to rate it now. A couple
It's your
things. I don't
episode.
think
I'm
those are
allowed to
I
complain,
don't think
though.
those are. I think elephant penises are bigger than those, so I don't think that it's an elephant condom.
Well, do elephant condoms go the whole way down? Because the condoms really need to only be over the part that catches the jizz as far as
the
elephant
elephant
condoms go.
vagina, not necessarily. The elephant vagina is probably the same size as an elephant penis because they're meant to go into each other. Just
I would
much
think
like
that
a wall
that's probably
outlet.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, like all mammals.
But
Yeah,
part of
they need-
human
they-
condoms are to prevent pregnancy and STDs, right? That's like basically what they're for.
Yeah, but say that the condom is half the size of your ding ding, and
Not
you
mine.
put it
The
in-
elephant one. To be clear, I'm not talking
No,
about
I know,
human
but
condoms.
I'm same, but the elephant
Wait,
too.
Joe,
No,
you're
no,
saying
no,
that
just
the
the
elephant
elephant.
condom.
Just the elephant,
Joe.
not us.
Joe, you're telling me based on what I just heard, you're telling me that the elephant condom is half the size of your ding ding.
And I'm not saying that.
That's what I heard.
Well, I wish that was true, but it's just not. It's just
I don't
not
think
true.
you do.
Actually,
I
yeah,
don't know if
it
you-
would ruin my
That
life.
thing weighs
that to
more
be
than you
true.
do.
It would ruin
Yeah,
my
that-
life.
That's you need a wheelbarrow to walk. Type of thing.
Buffalo soldier.
No, but
Exactly.
if the elephant condom is half the length of the elephant's ding ding, when he puts it in the elephant vagina.
Wait a minute, you think they're
It's
putting
gonna
it in
break.
elephant vaginas?
No, it's a fleshlight.
Elephants have to.
It's a
put
fleshlight,
the
right? Otherwise, just let
It
them fuck
says
the elephant.
Is a condom a fleshlight, Joe?
No, but Dylan, animals don't wear condoms. I don't know what to tell you.
What?
They don't put condoms on elephants so they can have safe sex with elephant wives. The only reason those
not?
exist, in which I actually agree, those aren't even elephant condoms. They're just things that look big. But if they did exist, it would be to trap the semen and use it to fertilize elephants later. Almost like you take bull semen or horse semen to fertilize.
Well, then you would
other
call
eggs.
that the thing I sent you on Facebook for sale,
Yeah,
called like the cow ejaculator.
that would be what this is, and that's why I believe it's not condoms at all. It's
No,
just
because that looks like a big giant metal fleshlight with handles on it. Because you,
Yeah,
as
that
the
would be
man,
what you're using,
have to get
yeah.
under the cow.
They're not
and
putting
you have
these
to secure
canvas
it around
bags
its
on elephants so they can
erect
enjoy sex but
while
not get
the
pregnant.
cow. While the
That's
cow,
not what they're doing.
then he should have called it the fucking ejaculator. Then
He's lying.
Yes, that's
He's
what you're saying.
lying. He's lying or stupid, and I don't believe he's stupid. I believe he's just lying for the video.
All right,
But he's,
well,
but he's being funny.
I
so
found
I
found
forgive him.
some I found some technical information that I want to share with you guys.
Also,
right now.
before you go, he would not have touched that if he thought it was a real elephant condom. He would be too scared and grossed out to touch it. I believe that. Go
No,
ahead, Tom.
Joe. Also, he wasn't holding the condoms. That was a different video. He showed him once.
Oh, okay, my bad. I thought he was holding him and showing us like, hey, look at
No,
this.
that was definitely a video that someone who worked at a zoo like put out. Like, hey, look at this, and he changed the audio on it because that's what TikTok's all about.
Right. That makes more sense. What are you going to tell us?
I think that this wasn't at the zoo at all.
Wait, John, that was all you had to say? I thought you had like information about
No,
elephant condom.
no. I was interrupting you to say that. I have other stuff to say. I can
think
say it
that-
now if you would like.
I would
think
like
that
you to
they're
say it
not
now.
even ejaculators. I think that it's like a bag
Yeah, I think it
for
has nothing to do with elephants
fucking
coming
cotton.
at all. They're like
Coming
feed
where?
bags or something.
Maybe for aardvark or ant.
I don't know what it is, but it's not to do with
Yeah,
elephant.
it's anteater feedback. Good one,
Yeah.
Dom.
yeah,
that's
yeah,
probably what
that's
it is.
it was more like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I have a little bit of information that's really going to help us a lot, as if they were condoms or fleshlights.
Okay.
An male elephant, releases
bull.
around 50 to 100 milliliters of semen per ejaculate.
That's
Is
it.
that a lot?
Well, a human
what I
releases between 1 and 5 milliliters.
Okay, so it's been 100 times more than us. That is a lot.
Yes,
That's more than you guys.
and
But a
the-
blue whale does like gallons.
Yeah. Well, according to a
You
dinosaur
guys,
documentary we
shut
watched
the fuck
in
up.
school one time, the Brontosaurus will release like hundreds of pounds of semen into the female
Oh,
Brontosaurus.
it becomes a solid object instead of liquid at that point.
Pain in the ass.
We weigh it.
It's
in
too much
pounds.
work.
And the last thing I have to say is, you can't talk about the ejaculate without talking about the member. An elephant penis reaches roughly up to
Big.
about 39 inches long,
It's pretty big.
and when erect, it's
Not
in
that
an
big.
S shape with a
it's one of those
with a
fucking things?
Y-shaped orifice.
Okay, so it's like a fucking alien.
It's one of those
Also-
fucking things.
They
Look
have
this up.
prehensile penises.
I
does
did
that
know
mean?
that. It's like their nose. They
Means
can,
they can actually move, like they can scratch their bellies.
they can move it around.
with their rod.
You guys can't do that.
Yeah, well, don't elephants jerk off that way? They like slap their dick against their belly until they bust.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
And it wouldn't be fair if I didn't talk about the female elephants for a little bit.
Pretty serious.
Come on, a
case.
sequel opportunity.
I'm going to read this is Dylan's episode. Therefore, as Dylan would do, I'm going to read this verbatim for how I'm seeing it.
Sure.
The female has a well-developed clitoris at up to 16 inches in size,
Wowie. That's going to make
and the
everybody
vulva
jealous.
is located between the hind legs instead of near the tail, as for most mammals.
Okay.
Where's ours?
Underneath?
Near the tail, tailbone, tail.
Which part's the vulva?
Uh,
The
I have
hole?
I don't know. I
idea.
didn't graduate high school.
I didn't either. Yeah,
I didn't know the name.
I'm pretty sure it's the part that you can see. It's not the vagina's inside. The vulva's the part.
Technical-
you can sometimes
Technical
see
term,
a lot
the
of
part
parts.
you can see.
Yeah.
You can sometimes see more parts.
Right, but
I
you
see
know when
London,
you
I see
you do
France,
this all the
I
time.
see
When you ask
Joe's
a question, I
vulva.
answer you. You go, well, technically, but yeah, but what did you ask though? You didn't ask, is it possible to see anything else? You said, what's the vulva? I said, it's a part you can see, naturally see, before you get all kinky with it.
Oh, okay. All right.
You know what I mean?
Cool.
Fucking asshole.
All right, Joe. That is
How do
now
you drive a
officially
car?
in writing.
Well, what you do is you put your foot in the brake pedal. Well, some people don't have feet. Like, okay, thanks. Good. Glad you asked.
Good. I'm glad I asked then.
Good. You got your
My
answer.
thought
then.
there is, how do you start the car? Or how do you move a car? Well, you step on the gas. Like, no, you start it
No.
first.
Yeah. True.
Some people don't have starters.
All right. So I'm gonna rate
Starter
that
car
one.
is a finisher car.
I'm gonna rate it a 5.
Elephant condoms.
5.
I'm gonna give it a.
condoms.
I'm gonna give it a 6 just because of the conversation it sparked. But I think it's complete and utter bull elephant shit.
I'm giving it a 4, even though I really like. I shouldn't say I liked looking up elephant sperm, but
But you did.
It was. Yeah, I kind of did. I didn't look at any pictures.
What?
Just for the record.
What'd you even do?
I didn't look at any pictures.
I'd be
I'm
on
looking at
image search
elephant
first and
penises
then
right
Wikipedia.
I'm just saying, if anyone was watching this, that I wouldn't want to know that I was looking at elephant penises.
Oh, okay.
I
okay.
wasn't. I was only reading about them.
Right. Oh, that makes sense.
I
Dad.
looked at them for you.
Thank you.
Are you going to share them at the time you shared your screen when we weren't recording and it was Ron Jeremy's asshole?
You want to see that? Because I can Google that too.
No,
I think we'll leave it off the
because of you.
YouTube video just so that we don't get taken down.
Okay, sounds good. All right, I got a video if you want to see it.
Sure.
Yeah.
You can say what video?
What's Chris have for us this time?
Chris has his most shared
Good old
viewed-
Chrissy Frank.
Don't die of old age. They either die of starvations or diseases.
Do you want to start over
In the
again? Because
wild.
he just said die of old age. He's talking about either alligators or crocodiles here.
That's an
According-
alligator right there.
Crocodiles don't die of old
Crocodiles.
age.
Bitch.
That's
They
not a
either
picture of a
die
crocodile.
of starvation
Yeah,
or disease. In the wild, these bitches can live up to 70 years. And some have been recorded to live over 100. The biggest croc ever recorded was over 20 feet long, and then some bitch weighed over 2,000 pounds. His name was Gustav. Yeah, this motherfucker had a name. This motherfucking dude was a menace. He flatlined over 300 people.
Nice,
Dude,
Kill.
nice.
To this day, Gustav is still alive. But the problem is, they don't know where the fuck dude at.
They don't know where the fuck
Was
dude
last
at.
seen in the Burundi,
That's terrifying.
No.
located in East Africa.
Burundi in East Africa.
Flatlining humans was a sport. A lot of people he killed, he didn't eat. Other crocodiles were bitch made compared to this. Look at this shit. This motherfucker about to take everybody's cornbread. They even tried shooting this motherfucker in his head, but that shit ain't work. His skin is too fucking thick. Gustav is the only crocodile that will fuck up a hippopotamus.
Hippopotamus.
Now imagine touring this jungle and this long back motherfucker ambush you and start nibbling on your fucking spinal cord. It's over with for your ass. This son bitch is 100% real. They even made a movie about bro. Go watch it. This shit good as hell.
They made a movie about bro. See, he's talking like he's 22 years old, but he's 35. That's weird as hell. He
35.
just knows all the lingo. That one was awesome. Big fan. I'll start with that.
Yeah, that was my favorite one so far.
That was my
without putting numbers
favorite,
on it
too.
yet.
That was awesome.
I also
I
made a
have
mistake
heard
and
of
those were all
Gustav. I
crocodiles.
didn't know his name, but I knew there was that croc that killed like so many people. And they shot it.
A lot
and
of
it didn't
big
die.
things are named Gustav. Like the biggest gun in the world is was
Oh, the
called
Gustav
gun.
gun. Oh, maybe they named after.
Gustav.
Maybe they
Gustav
named the
was
gun after
name
the croc.
of,
I mean, that's probably what it was. You're right. And probably
that was
And
the
they got
name of
less
Larry
kills.
That was the name of Larry the Cucumber's roommate from Norway when he got his lips stuck to a fence post. Sorry.
Wow.
in VeggieTales.
Yeah. Yep.
No shit.
No, Larry the Cucumber from Forgetting Sarah Marshall. You don't remember that?
Okay, sounds good.
Sorry, I'm going to say Larry the Cable Guy.
Get
Gotta
her
specify these things, you know? Who knows? But I gotta say, so I never saw the movie Primeval or whatever he just said.
Never heard of it.
done. I've never heard
I don't
of it
remember
either.
what it. I'm
Lake
gonna check it out.
Placid I
'Cause one
have
of my
heard of.
favorite. Me too. One of my favorite movies of all time is Alligator, the movie, and
Yeah,
it's
that was
just
good.
like this, except it's in. Yeah, did you watch it with me?
Yes.
Ah, so good. Yeah, it's fucking great. I love monster movies, monster
cool.
animal movies. So
yeah,
cool.
yeah. That's a good one.
So yeah, I
Because
think
it's
that
one
was
of the
that was
more
really good.
realistic ways. Because obviously, like, there's like demons and ghosts and stuff like that. That doesn't scare me as much.
Little green ghouls.
But like the monster
yeah, I
ones,
love-
where it's like, hey, maybe we don't know about a croc that we've seen in our lives that's that big, but animals do exist that kill people like that. So it is.
He's got
real
300 plus Ks. So
That's all. He
Pretty
flatlined
sweet.
300 motherfuckers.
yeah, he
His
did.
other crocodiles
Oh,
are
yeah.
bitch made. That was my favorite line. He'll steal all their cornbread.
Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool, and I
That's cool
hope
as
to
fuck.
God I see a crocodile that big one day.
It is so
And,
crazy that
and
he
I
can
hope
go
that he's-
missing too. It's the biggest crocodile they've ever recorded, and he just like goes missing.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing is you always think like, 'cause, like
Nature's
my Bigfoot
huge.
theory is like you would start to notice like a population.
Well, don't forget,
decline or
20%
something.
of the area is undiscovered.
It's true. It's true.
I think only
Yeah.
20% of the area is discovered, is what he said. But yeah.
Anything out of the Nile or the Amazon, I'm fucking down. Sweet.
Yeah, that's been around for a while. Yeah, no, that's terrifying. Oh, it's crazy. I give that one a 9.
Hold on.
I like that one a lot.
All
Sorry.
right, no. What was your number again? Sorry, what?
9. Give that one a 9.
9.
That one was fun.
Dylan.
9.
9. I'm giving that one a 9 too. I enjoyed that one a lot.
Damn.
But it made me think of something. Joe, can you please say the cornbread line again? I don't remember exactly.
It
what
was
went.
good. It was good.
Those other crocodiles were bitch made. He steal all the cornbread.
Yeah. What that made me think of was a very, very serious question. How do you guys feel about when you get cornbread and has actual like corn kernels in it?
I love it.
I don't think I've ever had that, but I would like it. If I did.
I'm not a fan.
I've had them with jalapenos
chewy.
in it, which I don't like, but I would like.
I
corn.
like that.
The texture is too different from the cornbread, and it messes the whole thing up.
I can see that.
What you gotta do?
I just
so
love
if it's
corn,
just
I mean, it is tasty. I don't like the feel of it though.
what you
I'd
gotta
rather
do.
just have a regular bitch ass cornbread.
I thought you were just going to eat cornbread. No, what you got to do it right though. There's this place. It's probably closed now, but it's in Escutney, Vermont, and it used to be called the Vittles Stop, and it was a lady in a wheelchair.
Good name. Good name.
What does it mean?
Vittles stop?
Yeah,
You know what vittles are?
no, with a V.
Vittles is like food, snacks. Like, oh, did you bring any vittles? Oh, I need my vittles.
Oh,
Who
stop
the
for
fuck
food.
kind of shit you learn that?
My dad and I say it all the time.
Do you know her?
Who?
The Vittles Stop woman.
No.
Yeah,
I just know what vittles are.
best
food.
fucking cornbread out there. All right, this is. News
I
to
just
me,
know
'cause I
that
thought
George
it was
Michael
just
song.
Some name. He says it.
Vittles stop.
What?
Vittles stop.
Wow.
Is there a way to kick him out of here?
Boom into my ass.
No, because he's fucking running the show.
No, you're running the show.
Oh right, yeah. I
Kick
don't know.
me.
I don't think I boo
Kick me.
people.
Put a kick me.
No, it's not possible. He holds the account. We can't do anything.
I hold the editing too. But that's going to the end of the episode just because it made you guys mad. Mm-hmm. Vittles
Gonna boot
stop.
him. No, when you do the cornbread with the corn in it, I think the Vittles-Stop lady had it sit in sugar first because it was kind of chewy.
Ooh.
So that was cool. But if you put like canned corn in there, that's gonna taste like fucking shit.
Oh yeah, no, I don't want that. No.
Has to be
No,
like
even
kinda
if you
chewy.
use like fresh, like boil some fresh corn, shave it all off, and then.
I hear the
it's-
texture
it's-
argument though. Yeah, I don't
The
think
texture is the tough part.
That
for
was
me.
I'm saying
true,
that's
yeah.
why when it was chewy, it was awesome. But when it's not,
Nah, but cornbread's not chewy.
I know what you mean.
It shouldn't be chewy.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm not. I'd
All
rather
right.
have regular cornbread, but I'd rather have the corn in the cornbread than the jalapenos in the cornbread because it just throws off the whole thing.
I'll
It's
take
just not the
fucking
right.
both.
Yeah, I've never
It's
had
just, it just ain't the
cornbread. It
right
sounds pretty
move.
good.
I mean, just because you can't put jalapenos in something doesn't mean you should. It's like cornbread's supposed to be like sweet.
I learned that the hard way
savory.
when I stuck a jalapeno
Not
up my
spicy.
ass. It was not good.
Oh yeah, you're still suffering.
Boofing jalapenos, not a good idea.
Boofing jalapenos, no. You know, working on Chain Gang, but it's that. Put that song on next, Joe. Boofing jalapenos, boofing on the run. You know
What
that
do you
song,
guys say?
Dom?
One more video before a dingling break.
Dom, you know
Oh,
the
yeah.
song, right? Come on, help me out here.
No, I don't know.
You don't
what you're
know
talking
working
about.
on a chain gang, working on a new, boofing jalapenos.
I know working 9 to 5.
That doesn't work with the cadence. Sorry, Dylan. One more before the break. You said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good to me, man. Let's do it. I'm gonna play it for you guys during the break, so you guys know what I'm talking
There
about.
we go.
There's over 7,100 Wendy's located in the United States.
It's more than I would have guessed.
But the one from my house, they seem not to be able to do shit right.
It's a
Now-
personal attack on his own Wendy's.
Yeah, a grown man here. I need that cholesterol to be thick in that motherfucker. Now, I don't know what the fuck I did to Wendy's, but these motherfuckers made sure they stacked onions on my shit. I damn near went blind trying to take this motherfucker down. Extra onions do not fucking mean all onions. Now, this all took place.
But he
last
asked
week.
for extra onions, though.
My hungry ass went back the next day, and they put a lily pad on my shit. I gave that motherfucker right back to their ass and told them if I wanted a salad, then I would have ordered one. And they thought that was the funniest shit in the world. But I don't fucking play that shit. I started to mask up and go in that motherfucker. So I told them folks to keep the change, and I'll be back tomorrow because your boy was running late for work.
Getting Wendy's before
Now
work.
it's day 3, and I'm happy and confident because I know they not gonna fuck my order up. I even said my grace before I got my bag. This is the sandwich. And
No,
of course,
it's half a tomato.
I got repissed.
Everything.
Because sit down Junior Bacon look like Steve Harvey. There's
It's
a
the funniest fucking thing I've never heard anyone say in my life.
That is great. I got re-pissed. I'm using that. That's phenomenal. That is fucking great.
How has no one thought to say that yet?
Re-pissed.
Yo, that's your entire life is being pre-pissed.
Repissed.
Re-pissed. Pissed again.
Oh.
Pissed
Okay,
once more.
That's still your entire life.
Yeah, no, that's
funny.
fucking great.
Sorry, I was focused on the fact that
Re-pissed.
every single one of those sandwiches or burgers was something he found online.
Yeah, I mean, he wrote
Sure,
that.
yeah, this
He
isn't
wrote
his
a comedy
story.
sketch, but it's funny though. There's zero accuracy in that at all, but it is very funny.
Also, I'm now convinced that one video where we were like, that's what he looks like, we've never seen his full face. There's
Yeah,
no
it was
way he's
just
ever put a
somebody
picture of
else.
himself in any of the videos.
Yeah.
Nope.
I got re-pissed.
like,
I think that's great.
Grown ass man meal. Yep, Wendy's doing fucking grown ass man meal.
Dude, that reminds me. I was watching. You guys will be mind blown by this. I was watching a police body cam video this week, and
Whoa.
yeah,
You were.
and yeah, but the video is not police body cam. It's the guy's cell phone, and he throws the police out of his house when they enter his house without a warrant because his kid said they can come in, and he goes, "Well, my kids didn't come in. You can leave." And the guy is the funniest police video I've ever seen because the guy is hilarious. He's talking like a preacher, but he's in his house. He's like, you don't have an idea, you don't have an idea, and I don't have an IKEA. You get out of my house right now. Like he's doing the rhyming shit. And he goes, listen
No
to me.
meal, no deal.
Yeah, he goes, listen to me. I'm gonna let you talk after I'm done, but I am livid. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed at the height of pistification right now. And I was like, pistification? This guy is... Oh, no, he didn't even say pistification. He said pistoricity. He goes, I'm to the height of pistoricity at this point. And it's not a word, but historicity is a word. And I was like, this guy's amazing. It was the best argument. Because he literally told the cops basically, like, I'm going to let you guys talk, but I just need to be mad for a minute. And they're like, okay, go ahead. And then he does a speech. And then, like,
Just
okay.
fucking just get...
He was pissed at the height of
great.
pistoricity, and I'm like, oh my god. I'll see if I can cut that clip for the episode. It's very good.
You should,
It turns
yeah.
out he wasn't in the wrong, and the cops were fine with it, but it was just so funny. The guy was preaching, dude. He was on his front steps being like, this is my house, and I'm a man. You understand me? You understand what's going on here? And he's speeching, not
gonna do his
yelling.
thing.
He's
He's gonna do his thing.
pontificating. He's rhyming. I mean, it's amazing. He just did a great job. I loved it. And the
He's
cops
gonna
just
do
sat
his
there and
thing.
just let
That's
him
just-
do it.
That's something he does. Yeah.
It's his house.
That's great.
Let him go.
Yeah, but they didn't have a warrant.
They did not have a warrant.
Oh,
No,
they can't be doing that.
No, that's why they left. Yeah.
Did he get their name and badge number?
He sure fucking did. He sure as shit did. You know he did. And then his first rodeo, Jack.
Yep.
I'll see if I can find the clip for you guys. Fantastic.
Yeah, please do. It's funny.
Oh.
But pistoricity, love it. Not as much as I love repissed. That's fucking awesome.
Re-pissed.
That really lights my fire. That's good stuff.
That is very, very, very fucking good.
I'm convicted repissed.
On that note, I'm gonna go re-piss.
Alright, now it's been at least 15 to 20, hopefully, minutes, and that's all mixed up. It's time to add the most important part, which is, of course, the clothing. So you get this, which I cut up to look good. Throw that right in there. And then squish it on down. Yeah, really get it in there. Get your wood into that batter. And then you take this thing that I cut so that it would be very good, but it's a lot darker and didn't land on my foot. Push that right in. Make sure nothing's hanging over the edge. And push it on down to your wood into the batter. And then you take this fine little garment, which is going to be my bandana under the hat that I cut so it would fit perfectly. It's taking a dye bath, more like a tea dye, toss that in, mix it in, get your wood right into that batter. You want to mix it around, really make sure it explores everything. At this point, the heat is not necessary. You can turn it off, don't burn anything unless you want to. I'm not here to judge, but I wouldn't recommend it. And while that's mixing, it's time to add Old Dom's DJBP secret ingredients, starting with sugar. What's tea without some sugar? Salt. Can't forget the salt. A little bit of rum. Don't forget the onion powder. Black tea, don't forget your good friend black pepper. I said rum, can't forget the beer. Did someone say hot sauce? But the real secret ingredient, just a touch of Polar Half and Half. And that right there is going to make a delicious set of pirate clothing. I'm going to let this sit for at least 2 or 3 hours in the mixture, depending on how stained you want it to be. But you know, here at the DJBP, we want it dirty. So I'll see you back maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, maybe in 3 months.
What up, guys? Back to Dylan Joe Basic Podcast for another exciting episode of our news source, Chris Franklin. And I'm joined, as always, by Joseph and Dominic.
Happy to see ya.
And happy to see you guys. What do you say? Another video?
I think we should.
Absolutely.
Alrighty.
Bet it
Alright,
all
I'm
on
gonna share my
black.
screen, and
we're
we're
gonna.
gonna-
Could have been red.
That's right.
They just say black in
green.
the phrase. Yeah. Bet it all on
Okay,
green. I don't
here
think it's a common
we-
phrase.
Here we go.
Ill-advised.
In Columbia, South Carolina, this bitch was taking 93 to the ass as if he had a Hemi in that motherfucker.
For the listeners, he has a gas pump in his pants.
Dude, this shit all
his ass.
started when the
Yeah.
famous
Can't
twins,
see his ass in the picture.
and Cardan Williams, got invited to a Rick Ross house party. Shit was jumping. It was live. He even had a booty club in that motherfucker.
Booty
The
club.
party ain't stopped till 6 in the morning. Now, Rick Ross had one neighbor that was too weird to get in, and no one knew his name. So everyone called him Unc.
It's the guy with the
And
fucking...
any pill that you can name, you best believe that he popping that motherfucker. Even the motherfucking orange ain't safe. Meanwhile, Unc catches the twins outside
Hey,
of the party,
ripped together.
flick in front of all the women. These twins are from South Carolina, and they know nothing about Unc. He gave them a sad ass story and received a bankroll from them guys.
Nice.
Unc became extremely overwhelmed and shedded tears of joy because Unc knew he was gonna be hitting that fucking pipe behind the trash can. The very next morning, the twins
This is such
headed
bullshit.
back to South Carolina, and they had the gut feeling that someone was following them. And as they reached Columbia, South
This is
Carolina,
pulling together,
the
guys.
first gas station that they got to
Unk.
was the 76 auto service. Until they realized that it was Unc the entire time, hitting that motherfucker with the slow stroke in broad daylight. These things these days are on a different level. Whatever shit Unc's on, they need to ban that shit from the world. In Columbia,
What the fuck did I just
Whatever
watch?
shit's Unk's on, they have to ban that shit.
Have you
from the
never
world.
seen that? Did you just show us one that you haven't seen?
I saw the first 10 seconds and thought it was funny.
You saw the
that
guy with
he's
the
got-
gas pump in his
he's-
ass.
Bro, taking 93 to the ass. And I thought that was the funniest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
No, that was funny as shit. There's no
No, that's like an
denying the guy's
And it
anti-drug
turned-
video.
The guy's
Yeah,
so
then it turned into Rick Ross's house and Unc
He
is
wrote
selling
an
drugs.
entire
and
video
then,
based on one picture that you saw. Like that whole entire thing is made up off that picture. It's very funny. He did a good job with it.
but then Unc is at the gas station jerking off at the end, right? I got that right?
Well, Unk is the guy with the
Yeah,
gas pump in his ass.
he did kind of stray from the original.
He brought it
picture,
back
and he didn't mention
to the original, yeah.
But
But part
Brought
of
it
the
back
story
and
was
they went to the
that-
gas
that
station and
Unk
Unc was just
one
jerking
of-
off at the gas station?
No,
with
no,
putting the 93 up
putting
his ass.
the 93 of his ass. It's the same picture.
Right,
the
because
picture in
Unc
the
will
beginning
do
and the
any
beginning.
drug. But then
Well-
he said he was stroking it.
No, the stroke like an engine, right?
No,
Like a
I think
two-stroke engine.
I think
Isn't
he
that the
was-
joke?
No. I literally think he's talking about the guy was so high that he stuck a gas thing up his ass, started pumping, and started jerking off. That's what I heard from that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
kind
but
of what I
I
think
thought
is
it
the
was a
end.
joke about engines because it's like obviously he's jerking off and putting a gas pump in his ass, but it's like he gave him the whatever.
I think we got to
the
listen to
stroke.
the end again because I don't know. I think that's very important.
The main thing I want to say is that the conceit of the story was that Rick Ross at a party, he didn't invite one of his neighbors because his neighbors was weird. Rick
Shit.
Ross's neighbor is a homeless crackhead. Rick Ross's neighbors are multi-millionaires. This guy is nothing.
no, they're homeless crackheads.
Yeah, but
Joe,
no one knows what
obviously.
his name is. He
Rick
could be a
Ross's
multi-millionaire.
Rick Ross's property, I've seen it. It's fucking gigantic, dude. It's crazy.
Oh, are you Unk? Is that why?
I'm Unk.
Oh, that,
All right,
yeah.
I gotta figure out. All right,
Also,
I'm playing
Unk
the
is
end.
what black people call like older guys who join the group and like have like a fatherly figure, but they're kind of fucking weird. Like, okay, Unk, like he's like uncle, whatever. Like it's just a nickname for that. So that's why he's called.
Yeah,
him
like they
Unk.
take 93 up the ass.
Yeah, you know, it's like it's kind of an insult, but it's like a
Which, by the way, is the ultimate boof.
it's the ultimate.
All right, let's clear this up.
Yeah, let's play the end again.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I
Tiger
got the end
Boy.
right here. We got.
I mean, honestly,
we gotta
he's
know if
implying
he's...
that it's a sexual thing, the gas pump, and he's jerking off. But I think it was. I thought I'd give him more credit.
No,
for
I
saying
thought he
it's a
wanted
good
to.
joke.
I thought it's because he'll do any drug and he'll put gas in his ass to get high.
Oh yeah,
No,
that's
I
true,
thought he
too.
was talking about it because he's doing it because he's high.
Because he's high. Yeah.
No,
yeah,
I think
for
he's
sure.
but he wants to be more high, so he takes gas to the asshole.
I get that too. Yeah, but I just gave him more
but
credit. I
but
was
he
saying
didn't
that
say
wrote a good
anything
joke.
about that at the end. He just sounds like they got to the gas station and he was there
All
jerking
right,
off.
let's
in
play the
gas
end
station.
again. We need to.
All right, here we go. We're sharing. Okay.
Columbia, South Carolina. The first gas station that they got to was the 76 auto service. Until they realized that it was the entire time, hitting that motherfucker with the slow stroker in broad daylight. These fiends these days are on a different level.
I don't know.
Hitting that motherfucker with the slow stroke in broad daylight.
It's the engines wouldn't stroke slowly.
No. But hitting
I
that
think
motherfucker,
that motherfucker
meaning...
means his penis.
Yeah. Okay.
He's hitting his penis with the slow stroker.
But also,
that
you
they
have
got
to
there
watch
and
the
Uncle's just
video
jerking
because
off.
he's referencing the original photo of the gas pump in the ass. He doesn't say anything about the gas in the ass at the end, but he shows you the picture, being like, if you're on TikTok, you know.
No, but he also starts off with a white guy with a gas pump in his ass, and then immediately goes to Rick Ross's poor homeless neighbor.
Yeah.
Yes.
The guy's white in the picture. This is a white move.
Yeah, not,
gas pump in
not
the
in the
ass.
story.
And Rick Ross's neighbor is. I mean, he could be white.
Yeah,
He
but
could be white, but he's
showed
not a poor crackhead. I'll tell you that right now. The people have fucking investments that are his neighbors. The whole story's
That's
made
true.
up, and it's very funny. That's the whole thing. He took one picture from the internet and he made a great video out of it. It's great. I love it. He did a great job. The dude's
I think
funny.
it's true.
All right, but
Well,
one,
Dylan, obviously, you
one,
don't, because
hold on.
you're just
I have
being
one
funny.
more thing, very important thing to say. We still need to rate Wendy's.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wendy's.
Wendy's gets a 8.
I give it a 7.
I'm giving Wendy's an 8. All right, now we can go on
gas pump in the ass?
to Unk.
I give this one an 8 because of the conversation we had, and plus it's completely fabricated. He took one picture and made an entire story with Rick Ross and the twins, and then I mean he painted a tapestry for us here, and it was.
I give it.
He took one thing
an
and made it better. So I'm gonna
I'm
give that.
also
this
giving
one
it an 8.
Damn.
High octane. Yeah, this makes the woman in the yard look like fucking trash.
Oh, that should have gone
Horse
last.
shit.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Blast off.
Blasting off.
Oh, wrong one. Okay.
Blasting
here
off
we
with a
go.
slow stroke.
Once a pair of these wrap around your neck, it's gonna turn your ass everywhere but loose.
It's a picture of weird hands.
Gonna be Bart Simpson Jr. This is a sickness, and it's referred to as club fingers, and they are linked to
Club
lungs
fingers.
and heart, and it causes the tip of the finger to widen out. And oh yeah, I almost proximity. It's another way that your fingers can look like butt plugs. Hypoxemia occurs when the level of oxygen in the blood flow is lower than usual. Anybody with these hands ain't nothing to be fucked with. Because my middle school bully by the name of Nathan Ray used to always pick on me. Dude used to pick on me daily because I would always put my crayons inside of my lunchbox. I was a good kid. I didn't deserve this treatment at all. Until I looked and this bitch had SpongeBob like hands. The last thing I remember telling him was to shut the fuck up and flip me some Krabby Patties. That big motherfucker started choking my ass like a grown man. I woke up in the principal's office. Once a pair of these
Oh, wow, that one was hard because the audio kept like going in and out. But basically, he's showing us pictures of people who have this club
of uncircumcised fingers is what he's showing us.
Yeah, like it's like your fingers have a big like grape stuck in the under the fingernail kind of look.
They're called clubbed fingers, and it's a sign of heart and lung disease.
Damn, I never heard of that. But he's talking about hypoxemia. I've heard of hypoxia.
Hypoxia.
Then he describes hypoxia after saying it's called hypoxemia. So is he just saying hypoxia?
You can't pronounce shit.
Yeah, but he wrote it too. He spelled out
hypoxia. We kind of learned that he's just kind of, I don't know. Is he that good that he's purposely miswriting, or is he just going for it?
Yes. No, I think he knows what he's doing. I don't think he like knows he's an expert on anything, but like when he wrote hypoxemia with an M, it sounds funnier than hypoxia. And he says like he had SpongeBob fingers from the Krabby Patties. Like they don't like SpongeBob's fingers at all.
Shut the fuck up and put me some Krabby Patties.
But it's funnier to say SpongeBob
which makes no
fingers.
sense, by the way, because SpongeBob fingers are the same girth all the way.
Yeah, exactly. But it's funnier to say SpongeBob fingers. Like I think he's smarter than he's leading on here. He sounds kind of dumb and kind of interesting, but he's actually smart.
He's definitely not dumb. Yeah, no way.
These are all well put together comedy videos, and I think the guy's smart.
Oh yeah, he knows his shit.
Yeah. I think it was hypoxia, and he knows it is, but hypoxemia sounds funnier, so he wrote that instead. And also, him sounding stupid is part of the funniness of it. People are like, "Oh, that guy's so silly," but like he actually knows.
Oh yeah.
He looked up what it was. It's lack of oxygen in the bloodstream. It's called hypoxia. He knows exactly what it is. He knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That one was weird and not that funny until he got to the part about him being in school and the crayons and the bully strangling him like a grown man. That was funny.
That was pretty funny too.
I don't know. I'm giving that one a 3.
Yeah.
It's not. I think that one was really dumb.
I give it a 5 because of the story.
I'm gonna give it a 6 because I really like that he brought in a personal reference of a bully instead of his first and last name.
That really sold it.
I think that's funny.
Or so you think.
Also, that's not a real name. He just played that for the video. I'm pretty sure. And also, he never got string.
Who knows?
I think he made the whole thing up, and it was funny.
No, he literally saw a picture of those fingers and what it was called, and he made the video based on that.
Yep. I think that's how he makes his videos. He finds a thing on the internet, and then he like writes a funny script for himself. And I think it's great when he does that. I'm not knocking it. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah. All right. So this one, the next video I'm going to show you guys has the second most views on TikTok with 14 million. The first one was exactly double that was the crocodile one.
That's the most viewed one. That's a good one.
Gustav is his most viewed, so this is the second one.
We follow TikTok. We ranked that one the highest, so it makes sense.
Yeah, we did. So this is a first watch for me as
Anna
well.
in the highest.
Oh wow! So
Dylan's
Dylan's watching it the first time too. Great.
This is also yep. I have watched most of these, 99% of them.
We know there was at least one more that you did not watch that ended, and you went, "What the fuck was that?"
Okay. Well, no, I watched the first 5 seconds of that. So that counts.
Yeah, but you were still confused. Well,
at first I was. I'm like, I thought it was a video. I thought it would just be about this guy who fucking put gas up his ass, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny.
That must feel really weird.
There we go. Yeah, I'm sure.
Feels weird drinking it.
Your ass didn't look like Phineas and Ferb. Would not be accepted by the Mayans. Your hair had to be long as hell. Look at this. They got his shit pushed all the way back. He don't know what the hell going on. To the Mayans, it was considered beautiful to have a tall ass head and a big ass nose. If your nose wasn't big enough, they have to break it over and over until it had a big ass lumpy. They thought it was so adorable for the babies to be cross-eyed, So what they did was hang Jews between the baby eyes so they could look at them. Their eyes would be fucked up for life. Oh yeah, and if you want to look like them, they would jump you and sacrifice your bitch ass. They also had motherfucking grills back then. Yeah, they died in style. They would drill holes in their teeth and put Jews in them. That shit cool as hell. If your ass...
That shit's not cool,
Okay.
so it's fucking weird.
All right.
But
My first thought is when he said hang jewels there,
it's not like he said hang.
I did not hear jewels.
Oh, he cannot
At
say the
first.
word jewels.
Yeah,
It
I
sounded like
only
he
heard
said
the
hang
first
jewels.
three letters. I heard the first three
Hang
letters.
Jews
of
in there.
S.
You heard right,
Yeah.
because that's all he says.
No, that's not what he said. He meant jewels, but he said the word Jews for sure. He didn't hit
Yes.
the L. Jewels.
It's like, yeah, no.
First off,
correct.
I've never. I mean, I've heard stories and seen pictures and stuff of doing like the head mutilation, like get the cranium longer. I didn't know that was a Mayan thing.
So that's what it would be
I
like
thought it
if
was
they
an
invented
African
the
thing.
cranium along.
Yeah, I also thought it was an African thing. Same with like
Because
doing
they're
the
still
neck
doing that shit,
thing.
yeah. Yeah, that
No, I
Egyptian,
don't think
like you see
Africa
pharaohs and
does
stuff.
the head. I think they do the neck.
They're all doing all that shit. Well, no, the
I
head
don't
thing
think
they
so.
stopped that
They're
a while
definitely
ago.
doing it to their dicks.
The head thing. I mean,
I've seen a few of them too. They're pretty
you know,
big.
like the whole crystal skull thing and like the Mayan
Yeah.
skulls and shit. That's because of the
yeah,
head
it is a Mayan-
elongation.
uh-huh.
Yeah, but that's an
a Mayan
alien,
thing.
as we know from Indiana Jones 4. The best
Yeah,
one.
but it's
For sure.
Yeah, I don't think
This
it's
one has
African.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, it's more of a Green Anaconda situation. This again, I gotta say, as far as I know, this is accurate. Like he's saying all things that he's exaggerating for effect, but this is all true. They did find skeletons with the jewels embedded in the teeth. They did find the craniums elongated through binding and all this weird shit. And then the other thing he said, the nose thing too. I don't know if they broke their noses, but I know that they thought that long noses were more beautiful, so I believe it. If they're,
I mean,
put your
so-
head up.
Yeah, really, the only thing that probably can't be like super backed up, these just going off of like
Oh, the cross-eyed thing.
reading stuff, is the cross-eyed thing.
Yeah, that would have to be written by like conquistadors.
I
because-
can't see that being practical. I obviously know if it's practical, but for a society where obviously like hunting and gathering is such a big part,
Yeah.
I can't see them possibly being like, well, let's ruin their eyesight.
Right, but to be
For
clear,
looks.
though, all these things happening with the grills and the head, those are for the wealthy noble class. They're not hunting at all. They're just their whole life they're just going to be served. So, like, people who were hunting, they weren't doing the head elongations or anything. They were just living their life regular. All that shit's for, like, rich people. It's like, you ever heard of foot binding they used to do in China?
Yeah, the Chinese thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's for rich people. Rich people, it's kind of how you show, oh, look how weird I look, which we consider pretty because it means I don't have to work a day in my life.
Oh, yeah. It's like how, the reason we have lawns now is because that was a rich person thing. Be like, I have all this land. I can
Yeah.
afford to have no crops on it.
Right, right.
Well, and why like some
That makes no sense.
countries like
So I'm
a
gonna
lot of
do
the Asia, China, the really pale skin ones are the rich ones because it means they
Right.
don't work in the field.
Is
They
there a
don't go
town in
outside.
China named Asia?
Yes,
Probably.
It's good to know.
it's where I'm from.
But
That's
it's a
really
it's-
good to know.
All the classic forums of like beauty used to be like, oh, I can afford to not do things. you
Oh,
do.
like the Japanese princesses used to like do the charcoal on their teeth.
yeah,
for
the
some
black
reason.
teeth. Yeah, or that like fat used to be pretty because like if you can afford to eat, it means you're rich, so you must be really
Mm-hmm.
attractive because you're so wealthy. But now it's still that, but
Like
it's
gout,
it's
the
the worst
king's
version.
disease.
King's disease. Yeah, who else could afford?
Oh, yeah,
to
because it means you
get-
just don't
could
fucking
get gout.
move.
You
It,
couldn't.
it means you have enough food willing, or yeah, and you can sit and just eat. That your foot will fall off,
right.
and it was pride if that happened to you.
Gout Pride Parade.
Yep, very cool, very very cool.
That was a good one.
All right, I got one. So
I'll give that one
Oh
a
this
no,
is-
eight as well.
we gotta rank them still.
oh my bad, I forgot the rules.
I give that one an 8 because
tall-
it's
tall
like the Nero
headband.
one. It's accuracy, and it's interesting, and it's well put together. I'll give that one an 8.
I'm gonna give it a 5 because it doesn't deserve the number 2 spot. I mean, that was just short and it wasn't even that funny.
Yeah, he just said
I'll admit that
longer.
one. It wasn't as funny as some of the other ones. It was
Yeah.
it was interesting.
He just
It does
threw
make you want to
swear
look into
words.
it a little bit
and
more.
be like, you know.
So I am going to give it a 6. But yeah, I agree. He could have done a better job with that for sure.
I mean, their heads were longer than a
what the
motherfucker.
topic was.
I could think of that in 1 second. That's not that funny. That's just
Yeah, and that was the
Ian.
second most viewed.
It's
one.
all about how he says it too. Is like, they had longer than a motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah.
That is
Compared to Gustav, that one, yeah,
Yep.
just not as good.
This one I think is number 3, so I'm gonna play it.
Okay.
Let's go.
And
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Oh shit! Did I share the wrong thing again?
You did.
I just keep. I can't read. That's the problem. Is I just don't. I don't fucking read.
it's your last name for Christ.
We've known that for a while, actually.
So y'all telling me Cheapest Creepers was based off a real story?
Oh,
In
it's what
1990, my man shot and get up in pieces, all because she divorced him. And 2 brothers happened to catch him dumping her remains, chasing for like.
The
So y'all
fuck
telling
was
me
that?
Cheapest Creepers
That is so
was based
not
off a
cool.
real-
Kind of
Oh,
worth watching them
pisses me
before
off.
you put them on the episode.
Wait.
I know you have. I know that if you can't afford to watch these
You just
15-second
fucked us.
videos, that you,
I know.
Stupid.
Well, you know what?
Sorry, I was too
Whatever.
busy writing down what we were going to talk about. I missed. Was that just a shit video?
Yeah,
he said
it was a
Jeepers
shit
Creepers,
video.
and it's based on a true story. One guy was weird, and then it cuts off early because whatever the editing he did there.
Because the rest is on YouTube.
This is crazy.
Um,
Dylan, this
while-
is how he gets all
while-
his source of news, and he hasn't even watched his top 3 most popular videos. It's crazy.
Dylan, can you do
know.
me a favor? Can you share your screen again and just show that guy's page? Because I just noticed something interesting in his bio
I sure can. Absolutely.
that I didn't notice before. I guess I didn't look before. Scroll to the top. He's married.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Didn't expect that.
Also, we found out his YouTube video is called Franklin University, like PragerU, where it's like a fake college based on his teachings, and I like that
Like,
name.
like
Oh, look at the
Salmonella.
5th one in. It's the submarine, like we talked about, the Titanic.
Let's
submarine.
watch it.
Oh, let's watch that
Ocean
one.
Gate.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Ocean Gate.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
Let's watch that one.
I dropped my list.
All right, you guys want to this? Maybe
Picked
this
it up.
the last one is this one. What do you think?
Let's
I
do
think you
2
should
more.
do 2 more because that last one was a dud.
Yeah.
All right,
let's do-
exactly 2 more. We can do this one and then this one.
Sure.
Both are good. All right.
Let's do it.
This bullshit right here is the motherfucking Titan. It's a submarine to take tourists to see the Titanic.
Tourist.
It is 22 feet long, and it can hold up to 5 people.
What a fucking
But you gotta
nightmare.
pay the CEO $250,000 a piece, and this motherfucker was considered a fraud because these people paid this man over $200,000 to see the Titanic, and he ran off on their ass. Oh, I know a scam when I see one, cause this dude wasn't shit from the start. And look what he controlled this motherfucking with. A
Mad
motherfucking
Catz.
Dreamcast controller. Amazon, that bitch go for $30 and less.
That's the funnier way to say
And
it.
it takes
That's
AAA
funnier.
batteries. Yeah, the skinny kind. And of course, only rich people can afford this shit. Now they all missing. And the Titanic is 12,500 feet deep in that motherfucker. After an hour going under, they fucking lose
hour.
connection.
This connection.
Best believe I had a top 10 strongest arm in the fucking world. Cause I be in that bitch pressing triangle like a motherfucker. Now them folks done paid all that damn money to go to motherfucking glove world. If I was down there, we would have been run out of oxygen. Cause the whole time, I would have been whipping dude ass. I would have been thinking about the shit that used to be here that might still be here. The Titanic sunk in the Atlantic Ocean, and these motherfuckers crazy as hell. Cause this the type of shit that your ass gonna see down there.
Giant squid.
I just can't.
All right, first, right out of the gate, that's a 10. That one is a 10.
10. That's a straight 10. That's about as good as
That's
it gets
the
there,
best
dude.
one. I
That is a
guarantee
10.
The next one will not be as good as
I'm
that.
so glad you saved that one for later. We didn't even know you were gonna.
Thank you. I almost did. So I had Joe. I do have a fucking list of ones I screenshot, and that was one
I
of them.
believe
Then I was
you.
like, you know what? They all look good. So yeah.
Oof,
But
that's- I say
I was not gonna
Right
do
at the
that
gate.
one because I was
will
like,
say,
it's like
I hate-
news.
I hate to say it. Wallace will slap me when he hears this, but that minute, 10 second, 20, whatever it was,
Yeah.
was better than the entire episode you guys did on the submarine.
yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Probably. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I agree. Yeah, that was great. The Titan.
Pressing
the
triangle.
Titanic.
Oh, yeah.
12,000.
Well, he says pressing triangle. That's a picture of an Xbox controller.
I know.
He talks about Glove World from when SpongeBob goes. rock bottom, and that was
in the
just-
entire time.
Also,
that was
beating his
beating
ass.
nuts.
He says they paid $250,000 to get on, and immediately after that he goes, "These people paid over $200,000 to be there." It's like you just said a
just
higher
said
number
it.
than that.
And he said the guy left him, not like he wasn't there and died with them. He died with them in the sun.
Yeah.
He didn't
I
leave
know,
him.
he did die
He
with
was
them.
There.
No.
Don't care. 10. Dylan, what do you give that one?
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, that's
Don't
a
be
10.
afraid,
That's a
young
that's a
Padawan.
10. It's a 10.
All right, so that one wins. Let's see what the next one is, anyways.
Perfect
Yep.
score.
All right, last one. Buckle up, boys.
Buckle up,
We got
buckaroos.
this here.
Good old Chrissy F.
It's Chris Franklin coming over to MySpace.
The ocean ain't nothing to be fucked with. So why y'all fucking with it? Because the
Much like the Wu-Tang Clan.
squid, also known as the red devil or the wolf of the ocean. They are the
Devil.
most dangerous squid
No one's.
in the world, and they can also live up from 1 to 2 years. These motherfuckers roll deep. They travel in a pack of 1,000, and they are also known to devour their prey in minutes. Oh, you gotta be riding the motherfucking short bus to even thinking about swimming with these motherfuckers. But check this shit out. Back in 2016, off the waters of La Paz, Mexico, this professional scuba diver by the name of Scott Castle wanted to film a documentary about the Red Devil for Animal Planet. Scott was like a model. He was too fucking gorgeous for this shit. The guy begged Scott not to go in that water, but he took his ass in that water anyways. Scott got geared up and dove straight in that motherfucker. It wasn't even 5 fucking minutes before Scott realized that he was surrounded by shadows. These squid were trying to eat him alive. They dislocated his shoulder and broke his hand in 5 different places. The humble squid turned red when they're pissed off, as if he was being attacked by a bunch of Javante Davises. They wasn't gonna stop until they sucked the motherfucking brain out of his head. These some bitches had the grip from hell. Look at the teeth on these tentacles. Here's a closer look. This some fucking alien shit. They grabbed Scott by his legs and pulled him deeper into the ocean until the pressure erupted his eardrums. By the grace of God, they let him go because Scott was really putting up a fight. And once he got back to the boat, he realized the Animal Planet sent his ass on a dummy mission because this ocean was infested with man-eating squids. The ocean ain't nothing to be
Man-eating squid. Look at the teeth on these motherfucking tentacles.
Which, by
that was
far,
good.
the best pictures he's ever used out of any of the videos.
Oh, it was solid. And there's a lot of them. I mean, he put a
Yeah.
lot of work
That
into
was
that.
solid.
I'm
Red
down
Devil.
for just the short bus reference. I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah, you have to be on a short bus to even consider getting in the water with these
So you
motherfuckers.
That was
think
good.
about swimming with these motherfuckers. You have to be on a short bus.
Also, I forget exactly.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Say no more. I get it.
I forget exactly
They
the
laugh.
line he said, but somewhere along when he was talking about diving around me, have you ever seen that video from it was like 20s or 30s or something? Like they first not when they were first starting to do diving stuff, they were trying to get better at it.
Mm-hmm.
Where they it's a video of a guy who just did like a 100-foot deep dive or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they pulled him out, and he's wearing it looks like a cast iron stove he's wearing.
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
on-
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big helmet.
But they pick him up,
diving.
and when they pull him out of the water, he's just swinging like this. And it's like at this point, we have no idea if he's still alive.
yeah,
A body.
Yeah, because it's got the tube on just the top of the head.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. But yeah, Don, that suit has the tube on the top of the head. And it has like the brass, like
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you're
dude,
bolted
it's
into
like-
it.
oh.
yeah, you're exactly. Yeah, you're
Like,
bolted into it. Yeah, yeah.
You get back up, and they go, "All right, here we go. Let's open him
Yeah.
up." One
Hope he's
bolt.
alive for
All right,
half
What
an
a
hour more because
fucking
he
two
ain't getting
bolts.
out of this suit for
Three-
another half an hour.
We gotta take 16 bolts out of this motherfucker.
What a fucking nightmare. No thanks.
Crazy. That deep ocean stuff is
Not
scary.
doing.
Wow.
It sure is, man.
Yeah, I don't want. I never heard of those Red Devils, but I don't know anything.
All right, so since this is the last one, Dylan, you give the rating for this one first.
And I also want to mention they dislocated his shoulder and broke his hand in 5 spots. That's not what I picture for like a squid attack injuries. It's like a football.
But don't
injury.
forget, when he came up, he realized that they put him there to be killed because it's full of man-eating squid.
Animal Planet
That's
sent
true,
him on
yeah,
a dummy mission.
That's what it was. His dummy mission, just to fuck with him.
Because that squid was dummy thick.
Wow.
Dude,
Wow,
boy.
wow.
Just honestly.
Yeah, squid
cut
have
it,
beaks.
Scrap the whole
So
episode. That was,
I would
cut it.
guess.
They have beaks. Yeah.
Thanks, Tom. I would guess that the beak is, or they attack. They
Well, I guess
Because
their
they
tentacles have
do
teeth.
have those little.
it's a beak.
It's weird to call them teeth.
No, but the
because
tentacles
beak
you
on the
say
mouth.
the suction cups have little like
But-
teeth in them. By the picture, I don't
Yeah,
know.
and then
yeah,
there's
they
the
have
beak.
beaks, yeah.
I don't think the beak touched him because if the beak got to him, he probably would have bled out before they got him out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Be
yeah. That
more
beak's
blood.
nothing to be fucked with.
Much
I'm
like
gonna
the
rate this
Red
one.
Bull tank.
This is a good. I really liked the multiple factors on this one: the length, the short bus,
the girth.
the close up of the the close up of the teeth and the tentacles. We're gonna give this an 8. This is a good solid 8.
I'm giving this one a 9. I like this one a lot.
You like
It's up there with the ones where he wrote a great script.
yeah,
for this one.
He does a great
And he
job.
had the pictures along with it. The pictures helped a lot.
Pictures are
Anyone
good.
listen to this?
TikTok
man
is
up,
all about pictures. You
Give
can't
your
just
balls a
talk in the
tug
camera.
and watch us on YouTube.
Yeah.
That was a good one. He definitely put more effort into that than most that we've talked about
Yeah.
tonight.
A lot of editing effort. I still gotta give it a 7 because although it was interesting, it was like it was all made up. I mean, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
None of that happened. But that was good though. You did a good job with the script.
That was good shit. All right. So let me run us down our results before we get to final thoughts. How about that?
You have
do
the
it.
totals? All right, let's do it.
I have them all.
Okay.
So
do
we're
you have
gonna
them in
start
order,
with,
or do you want to take a break and then you can?
Do you want to go in order we talked about it, or from least? To
I was thinking we
greatest?
should do
Least
least
to
to
greatest.
greatest.
All right. So immediately we have a tie.
Oh, okay.
For the lowest ranked, we have a tie between Woman in the Yard and Elephant Condom. Both got a 15.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Then from there, we have... You know what? I already fucked up. I'm wrong. Club Fingers was the worst one at 14.
Yeah, that one was.
I looked right past that one because it was so bad.
Yeah.
Then it's a two-way tie. Then we have, as I have it written down, One Man versus 100 Gorillas.
Yep.
Got a 17, which is really 100 men, 1 gorilla.
Right.
Then we
And
have...
Don's score brought that down because I think you gave it a 1.
No, I gave that... Joe, you gave the lowest score on that one at a 5.
Really?
So
I thought-
gave that one a 6.
Oh, I was thinking a different one. My bad.
Oh, actually, Joe, I'm glad you brought that up. Because we'll take a quick little sidebar.
Mm-hmm.
My lowest rating was for Club Fingers. I gave it a 3.
Okay.
Joe's lowest is between Woman in the Yard, Gorilla, and Club Fingers. He gave all of those a 5.
That was my lowest
And
score.
Dylan's lowest is a tie between Club Fingers and Gorillas at a 6. No, sorry, I'm wrong. Dylan gave Tall Head Mayans a 5.
5. That was the lowest
Yes.
one. Gotcha.
And Tall Head
very
Mayans is
disappointed.
next in the list at a 19. Tied with 50-Foot Snake.
50-foot
Okay.
snake. Yeah.
Then after that, that was 19. The next one we have a two-way tie between Nero and Wendy's at a 23.
Those were both solid. Yeah.
Solid. So
We all give it higher than a 7 because, on average, because I mean,
Yeah, so on Nero, Dylan and Joe had an 8. I had a 7.
yeah,
On Wendy's, Dylan and I had an 8, and Joe had a 7.
nice.
We have another tie for Ocean Ain't Nothing to Fuck With, and I just lost it because I'm so good at this show. Oh, and Unk had 24.
That's a big one.
Then we had the next one after 24 is Gustav. This is
Oh yeah,
second
Gustav.
place.
I was like, what else? What else got the higher?
In
rank?
second place
Yeah.
So it's third place is a two-way tie between Ocean and Nothing to Fuck With and Unk.
Yeah, Wendy's.
Second place is Gustav,
Unk,
the giant crocodile, at a 27. That got 3 9s.
That's pretty good.
But the unanimous winner at 3 10s for 30 points
Perfect.
is his Ocean Gate video.
Perfect 10. That is his great
Excellent.
video.
Well
I
deserved.
mean, especially this is top
Well deserved.
5, and that's the one we saw that was the best. I mean, I would
That was
confidently
so
say
good.
that's his best video he's ever done. I love it.
Easily his best video. I mean, I feel like if I rewatched Gustav,
So far.
I don't know if it would pass 27. But,
yeah, I don't
no,
think I would
Ocean
rate
Gate
it as
definitely
high,
wins it.
but we rank them based on what we
No,
saw.
you're right, Dylan. So far, to this date,
So far.
Ocean State is his best video.
Yeah.
Not Ocean State, because where Joel is just called Job
Oh, we
Lot.
just call it job lot,
Ocean
where I
Gate is
Job lots.
the ultimate one. 10s all around.
live. Yeah.
Party outside. 30
Perfect 10.
points. Ocean Gate wins. This
Nice.
Well deserved.
Nice job,
possibly
Chris.
non-contest episode. I don't even know what the whole
It's
plan
not.
is.
It's just. I'm glad we ranked it though, because it's it's good to have the feedback.
Yep, absolutely.
All right. Does anyone have anything to say before we get into Joe's favorite segment when he jerks off for the camera and then doesn't put it in? It's just for himself, and then he does final thoughts.
That gets cut out. What you just said.
None of it gets cut out.
Although it is true, we're gonna cut that out. No, fucking
No,
final
no,
thoughts.
no. You got to cut that out. You can just not jerk off before final thoughts, and then then it's fine.
That's a good point.
Anyways, we're gonna take a break here. I'm fully torqued and I'm ready for. Final thoughts on Dylan Joe Basement Podcast, gentlemen. It's been quite an episode led by our fearless leader Dylan Reed. Dylan, why don't you go last because it is your episode?
Sure.
Final thoughts. I'll go first.
Can I go first then?
Dom, you can go first.
All right. It only feels right to go first, considering I wasn't originally on the podcast. I got adopted later by popular demand. I'll never live that down. But mainly as a guy who, Dylan has sent me these videos before, and I never put much effort into it. I will admit, I never watched more than 10 seconds of any of them. Because it would start, and I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah. I'll set a like. Be like, yeah, I watched it. Great.
Some bullshit.
Because that's how sharing stuff on social media
that's
works.
how it works. Yes.
The amount of times I've gotten stuff, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm behind.
It's a big
I'll
ask
like,
to
I'm
watch
and
everything anyone.
I send them to people, like, I don't
It's a second job, honestly.
if you send a video to someone, if they watch it, great. If they just hit a like, it's like, well, oh, look at that. They acknowledged
Or
that I
not
sent
even.
it. That's really all you're looking for.
No.
A little,
Oh, yeah.
it's just a little bit of validation is all you're really looking for.
It's all any of us are looking for, really.
And I got to admit, after fighting back for years, I will not be watching this man regularly, but I was
you will
happily
watch him.
surprised with his videos. Next time Dylan sends me one of these from our main man, Chris Franklin, I will watch it this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
All
will.
right.
I have a feeling that we already watched most of the best ones he's ever made.
I
Yes.
agree with that.
Hopefully he can keep going, because I did notice one of the videos that Dylan showed us, when he first clicked on it, the date was visible, and it was from 2023. Now, we're almost halfway through 2025.
Sure.
I hope he's still making fantastic
He
videos.
did a gorilla versus 100 men one. That means
You're
it
right. That's
came out
this week
month.
or last week.
And
Yeah.
the Ding Ding one came out today.
That being said,
Right.
our highest ranked one is from, what was Ocean Gate, 2 years ago? A year and a half ago? Something like that?
I think 2 years ago.
Purchased too, yeah.
So I hope we can keep going. And Dylan, I think you did a great job on your
First time
You're-
without training wheels. Thank you.
I Pick It, You Can't Stop Me podcast.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. It's very
Those
sweet.
are my final thoughts.
Final thoughts. I'm gonna tell my final thoughts. I agree with what Dom said. I definitely will be watching his videos when you send them to me in the future. I do fear watching too many of them, which luckily Dylan didn't watch too many of them because he hasn't even seen the top 5 most watched things. Which, what if I find a YouTube channel where I love it? I'm watching the top 5 immediately.
You gotta give me some credit.
Immediately watching all the videos I can catch. But I am also not going to watch him a lot because I'm afraid that the more you watch it, the more his jokes become like that's just how he talks kind of thing. And it's less funny the more you see them, which I'm going to keep it like, a nice treat like once or twice a year. You're like, it's always going to be good because you don't waste it. But I do fear that the more he talks, the more he is the same kind of way he talks. In a little couple of jokes about SpongeBob and bruh.
No, he does do the same.
Like it can get
sorry,
old.
Sorry, it's your final thoughts.
No, you can still talk during. I talk during yours all the time.
Yeah, it's his thing is his thing.
Yeah, nothing wrong with
That's all I'm
that.
going to say. He doesn't.
But yeah, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm
what he
saying
does
that
is good.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't want to watch all the videos because it might ruin the illusion behind the magic. So I'm gonna keep watching him.
Yeah, you can only watch any. That goes for
just a
anything.
couple of them. But anyways, I thought it was great little fun. I hope that the audio came through on the videos because on my end it was kind of like cutting in and out just by the sound levels. But I think it was great, and I think that Dylan did a great job not only coming up with his own episode, but doing it the way that Dylan would do it, and also not subjecting us to the most boring, stupid episode ever, which he had all rights to do because he had full control of this episode no matter what. And instead of going with the way to build a BMW engine in 1951, he went with Chris Franklin, and I think it was a great choice and a great episode, and it had a lot of laughs in it. So I gotta say, great job. This format is fine by me. So great job, Dylan, and I'm looking forward to the next time that you get to run the show again. So that's my final
Thanks,
thoughts.
guys. You're all too kind. Those are very awesome words from both of you. That means a lot to my heart.
Gay.
I want to shout out to Chris Franklin, our man there. Thanks for providing me with endless entertainment and knowledge about topics that I've used. Good guy. I would hope to meet you one day. You sound cool.
Ooh,
and
you're having him on.
and yeah, it'd be great to have you on. And that's it. Funny fucking shit. Looking forward to the rest of it. And then more. This is our first time really kind of rating, reviewing a thing like that.
Yeah.
I like it. I think
I like
it
the
opens
format.
up
Keep it
to
going.
more.
I do like
more
the
reviews.
format.
We can definitely do more reviews based off of this one. I like that.
Yep, absolutely. We'll go from there. So that's all I got, guys.
All right. I just want to throw one last thing out there to the two men with me. John Lacombe, frequent toilet wine guest, says hello.
Oh, fantastic.
Hi, John.
Tell him
I'll
hello.
see you in about
And most
1
importantly,
month. Actually,
we want to
almost
dedicate.
literally 1 month.
We would like to dedicate this episode to Edna Morrow, correct?
Yes, Edna. Yes.
Shouts out
Edna
to
Morrow.
Edna.
We lost a loved one today.
Big
who's
dick legend
dear
of
to
the coop.
Dom's heart.
Oh
Big
yeah.
dick legend
One of the
coop.
most beautiful cocks I've ever owned in my life.
Absolutely, and he
Top
he,
three,
he
easy.
defended the roost with the best of them against enemies foreign and domestic, whether it be a coyote or a raccoon or whatever else,
or the evil mole.
or the evil mole. Even.
Evil Mole.
So shouts out
Did
to
a great
to
job.
Edna.
We'll miss him.
Oh,
Shout
yeah.
out. You were in our hearts.
Stood his own against a fox that could not get through the fence, but tried his hardest.
Pretty damn
A
impressive.
great
And
man.
Edna was there being the cock of the walk, as some people would
For the
say.
walk.
And yeah,
A good guy.
All right, folks.
Our hearts and souls forever.
good shit.
All right,
Love you out
folks.
there. See you next time.
Cheers,
see you next
everybody.
time. Cheers. The first video I saw today was two Russians dragging with a chain 2 anti-tank landmines, and then it blows up, and they're...
Oh, you're talking about two Russians, two anti-tank landmines? That's but I mean,
Oh,
as
all right,
far as I know, it's all
sorry.
accurate.
So we're voting on the reporting.
I am.
Topic reporting, just the whole
I
video,
thought
whatever,
you
yeah.
guys were rating Nero as a person. Like, you guys both.
Oh no, I'm talking about the video. I give him an 8.
Yeah.
I think he's great.
He's not a 9, but
As a person,
yeah,
I'll give him a
eight.
1.
Releases
bull.
around 50 to 100 milliliters of semen per ejaculate.
That's
Is
it?
that a lot?
Well, a human
like what I
releases between 1 and 5 milliliters.
Okay, so it's been 100 times more than us. That is a lot.
Yes,
That's more than you guys.
and
But a
the-
blue whale does like gallons.
day.
Every day.
Dude,
but we
even
did
a
an
10-foot
episode on
snake
this
would
with
scare the shit out of
Titanoba.
me, though.
Titanoba.
I can't believe you still don't know this. You know what a boa constrictor is? The name of a snake, the boa constrictor? Have you ever
heard of it?
Anyways, there's this type of snake called a boa constrictor. So the thing that you're thinking about is because it's called Titan boa. Picture Titan, big monster, boa, the snake. And you always think it's called Titan ova, where I'm like, why would it be ova? It's a boa. It's like Titan chicken, and you're calling it Titanican. It's a Titan chicken. It's a Titan rhinoceros. It's a Titan boa. It's called Titan
make
boa.
the rules about how to name fucking snakes, dude. So.
Oh yeah, well, what's
Titan
what's,
boa.
Oh yeah, what's the name of a gay dinosaur?
The girl one?
Yeah, both of them. Tell me both of them.
Well, there's Lickalotopus.
Exactly.
And the boy one?
Yeah. Megasaurus. You taught me that.
Megasaurus. Yeah, cool, 'cause that was the hot, that was my hot sauce.
Lickalotopus.
This motherfucker had a name. This motherfucking dude was a menace. He flatlined over 300 people.
Nice.
Dude,
To
nice.
this day, Gustav is still alive. But the problem is, they don't know where the fuck dude at. Other crocodiles were bitch made compared to this. Look at this shit. This motherfucker about to take everybody's cornbread.
Tailbone. Tail.
Which part's the vulva?
I
have
don't
no
know. I
idea.
didn't graduate high school.
I didn't either. Yeah, but they didn't have a warrant.
They did not have a warrant. No,
They can't be doing that.
no. That's why they left. Yeah.
Did he get their name and badge number?
He sure fucking did. He sure as shit did. You know he.
I really liked the multiple factors on this one: the length, the short bus,
The girth.
the close up of the close up of the teeth and the tentacles. We're gonna give this an 8.
I shouldn't say I liked looking up elephant sperm, but
you did.
It was yeah, I kind of did.
Can't forget the salt. A little bit of rum. Don't forget the onion powder. Black tea. Don't forget your good friend black pepper. I said rum. Can't forget the beer. Did someone say hot sauce?
The Viddlestop woman.
No,
Yeah,
I just know what vittles are.
best
food.
fucking cornbread out there. All right, this is.
I just know that George Michael song.
Some name. He says it.
It'll stop.
What?
It'll stop.
Wow.
Is there a way to kick him out of here?
Boom into my ass.
No, because he's fucking running the show.